From Marion Center's Dr. John Molino Stadium, it's Saturday Night Lights. For the first time since November of 2009, the Marion Center Stingers will play a home game here at Molino Stadium on a Saturday. They will host the Cambria Heights Highlanders. Welcome to our sports special on Renda Digital TV with Jake Slobotnik. I'm Mark Burdig, and Jake, kind of an early season marquee matchup.
Yeah, I'd say so. I was going to mention this feels like the NFL, Week 17 and the latter parts of it when they flex games that have more playoff implications. It feels like that's what's going on here tonight with Cambria Heights and Marion Center, a pair of 2-2-0 teams, and possibly two of the teams that are going to finish in the top three in the Heritage Conference. And honestly, I don't think there's a better time to have this sort of game. The weather is beautiful tonight. The stands are going to be packed, and this is going to be the only game of the Heritage Conference for tonight. So all eyes are going to be on Molino Stadium.
You took it right off the tip of my tongue. All Heritage Conference eyes right here. We should have an outstanding crowd. It's a beautiful night for football. Breezy, but sunshine. The sun will be setting. Not soon enough for us as it blares into the press box high on the hill here at Molino Stadium. The Cambria Heights Highlanders, the preseason favorite in our Renda Preview magazine. We both picked them 10-0.
And so did the coaches. I mean, there were only a handful that didn't pick them to go 10-0 or finish atop the Heritage Conference, and rightfully so. I mean, this Highlanders team basically returned everybody that they had from last year, minus a couple who graduated. So they were, and this is the same team that made it to the state tournament. Unfortunately, lost in the first round, but hey, that's good fuel for the rest of the squad heading into the later parts of the season. They know they have what it takes to get to the District 6 championship, trying to defend that this year, and now they know what it takes to get to the state tournament, and they're just hoping to get farther and maybe even go all the way this year. So that's a big thing for Cambria Heights.
They were District 6 champs, 1A last year. This year they are 2A. They won their first game at River Valley 28-12, a game that you called on Cat Country 106.3 FM. And then last week, no problem, their home opener against Purchase Line, kind of a rematch of that District 6 championship, other than the fact that Purchase Line lost most of their starters. It was no contest, 51-0. What were your impressions on opening week?
Well, again, it's just that I wasn't surprised really with how Cambria Heights came out. They have a strong defensive front. They have a strong five up front on offense. They have a lot of weapons in the backfield. Jackson Klein, Luke Moraney, Trey Tribus. I mean, you could name basically everybody on the roster aside from Isaac Weiland, who's under center, and the offensive lineman, and they're probably going to get the touch of the football just because of how many weapons they had. Again, there wasn't really much to surprise me, but I think the biggest thing that took me, by surprise, if I had to pick one, was how motivated they were to come out. I mean, you would think that maybe some off-season rust might be over them. Not at all. They played strong against a fellow 2A opponent, River Valley, and that's the thing right there. They already got a pretty good jump start on the 2A rankings because they won big over another 2A opponent in River Valley.
Well, they'll face another 2A opponent tonight, and Marion Center with a chance to make a statement. It's kind of a measuring stick game for them. I saw them last week in their win over Homer Center, 19-6. They shut out Portage on the road to open the season 21-0. They have been very stout defensively. Their offense still trying to find their way, and they need to maybe take a step if they want to make this a four-quarter football game.
Absolutely. Coming into this game, you look at the stat comparisons. Marion Center averaging just a little over 75 yards per game. 45 of those are on the ground, so they maybe need to establish that passing game a little bit. But like Cambria Heights, they also have some good weapons that can carry the football. And the biggest thing, I think, for Marion Center, they got Drew Runk back this year. I was talking to him at Heritage Conference Media Day. He sat on the bench last year after suffering a big injury, and he said he was motivated to make a statement when he's back out with the Stingers this year. So a very defensive-oriented team for for Marion Center going up against a very offensive team in Cambria Heights, making for one big matchup here tonight.
These two teams have not met a lot throughout the years. Tonight is just the fifth all-time meeting. Cambria Heights has won them all, the first four meetings, outscoring Marion Center 163-39. That's an average of about 41-10. What does that mean tonight? Absolutely nothing. The first meeting, 2020, came in the PIAA playoffs in that COVID-shortened season. That game was right here. And the Highlanders, that was the year before they joined the Heritage Conference, shut out Marion Center 34-0. And then in 2021, it was 36-18. That was the first year for Cambria Heights in the conference. 2022, 54-14. Last year, no contest again, 39-7. So, as I said, kind of a measuring stick. Marion Center, like Cambria Heights, returns a lot of players. We're going to see maybe from last year to this year how much they have grown up.
And I think they will, because last year Marion Center had a very young team, and I know you and I have been talking throughout the entire offseason and even in the early parts of this season. To me, Marion Center is a sleeper team. A lot of people might think, hey, they're a very small school. In AA, they might not have a chance. But to me, I think they're one of the teams that you need to look out for. And tonight, I think they could really show that if they keep the score close, or even if they could pick up an upsetting win over Cambria Heights. So, I mean, if you're still not believing in Marion Center, I'd start believing now.
We're going to come back with more. You've been a busy guy. You've been all over the place. Thursday night, helping to call IUP's season-opening victory at Ashland University in Ohio. Last night, River Valley's big win in the first ever game at their new stadium at their high school, clobbering Portage, and here you are tonight. So you're the road warrior of Renda Media.
Yeah, I'd say I got a lot of sleep in Matt Berglund's third-row seating, but yeah, it's been a busy week after all, but hey, the two games I've been at have been winning ones. So let's see. There's going to be a winner tonight, but we'll see who it is coming up at the top of the hour.
All right, coming back with more. Here, Jake, coming back to us or the interview first?
I say we come back to us first.
All right, then that's what we'll do on our pregame show. We do have a technical issue with head coach Adam Rising's interview, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to bring that to you. We do have Cambria Heights head coach Jared Lewis. That and more as we count it down to kickoff at 7 o'clock at Molino Stadium on a Saturday night. Two 2-0 teams, the Highlanders and the Stingers. Back with Jake after this on Renda Digital TV.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
Why choose Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta for your go-to game day meal? How about their fresh hand-tossed pizzas made every day? Not only that, but they offer delicious pasta, wings, and strombolis. They also support the local community, including the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Go Highlanders!
So don't be a game day Grinch. Call Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta, 212 McGee Avenue in Patton. Open daily from 11 to 10, takeout and delivery only.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet's satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Back with you at Molino Stadium. Jake, players to watch tonight for the Highlanders and the Stingers.
Well, I know Marion Center is zeroed in on Cambria Heights' rushing attack, so I think the biggest thing for me is Isaac Weiland, how he's going to play under center, because I think he's going to be that underrated tool for the Highlanders. Currently 12 of 18 this season, over 300 yards passing. He's completed over 66% of his passes. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he's got the ability to fire the long ball. His longest pass this year, 63. And how about this, a quarterback rating of 149.3, which is just a couple ticks less than a perfect passer rating. So I think Isaac Weiland's going to be the biggest guy to look out for if you're looking at the Highlanders offense. Defensively, I mean, really, there's a whole slew of players you can pick at for Marion Center and Cambria Heights. So let's go back to Marion Center. I'll give you an offensive player to watch out for there. I think we're going to see a big night from Cam Rising. He's had a little bit of had a bit of a slow start to the season. Not a bad thing. 3 of 6 passing, 59 yards. 1 interception, has yet to accrue a touchdown. So I think again, Cambria Heights also, like their opponent, zeroed in on the running game. So I think if Cam Rising can step up to the challenge, it'll be a big night. And I also mentioned Drew Runk last time we were here. I think he's going to have a big part in this game, both passing and running, because he has that experience at quarterback, and he's also listed as one of the rushers for Marion Center. And with all the other guys that the Stingers and Coach Adam Rising bring out on the field, I think Drew Runk, this is his chance to really prove himself after being injured most of last year.
Noah McCoy, the home run hitter for the Marion Center Stingers, as a receiver, 8 receptions for 181 yards in his first couple of games. He had a 68-yarder against the Homer Center Wildcats. That was a thing of beauty from Cam Rising. And then my players to watch for the Cambria Heights Highlanders, they just have so many weapons on the ground with Jackson Klein, the fullback, Stephen Nealon, Trey Tribus, Garrett Jasper. Sometimes they'll move that big tight end into the backfield. Marshall Eckenrode as a receiver. So they just give you a lot of challenges in game planning for Cambria Heights with all of these returning players, because, as Jake said, it's basically the same unit that went to the PIAA state quarterfinals and ended up losing to South Williamsport at Williamsport High School. So we're expecting a good one. Battle of two 2-0 teams, 2 AA teams in the rankings, so it's a big one for points too.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the big thing. I know it's still early in the season, only week 3, but you got to rack up as many points as possible. And Cambria Heights did that week 1 against River Valley. Maybe just a handful last week with their win over Purchase Line, but if they can beat Marion Center, another AA team, they'll definitely get a jump start in those rankings, which are going to be so crucial heading down the line if they want to get back to the District 6 championship.
Yeah, you want to have home field advantage, and it's difficult in AA because a lot of the teams from the Laurel Highlands Conference are playing strictly AA and AAA, and in a couple of cases some Quad A schools, so they do pick up more points. And with the AA teams in the Heritage Conference playing 5 single A schools, even with a win, you're not picking up as many points.
Absolutely, and I think the biggest case for that is River Valley losing to Cambria Heights week 1, and they have a lot of 1A opponents coming up, so that big opening matchup against Cambria Heights was probably the do-or-die scenario for the Panthers. But Cambria Heights, they're still rolling 2-0. But again, they have a little bit of I would say, a challenge with all these 1A schools that they play. But that's just how the cookie crumbles, for lack of a better term. But again, they're projected to go 10-0. It doesn't matter how many points they get. If they can go 10-0, they're going to get a favorable spot in the District 6 playoffs.
All right, again, we apologize. Technical issues with the Adam Rising interview. But coming up next, you will see Jared Lewis in his 13th season with the Cambria Heights Highlanders, 76-69 record, 525 winning percentage. He's perfect against Marion Center, 4-0. And since they joined the Heritage Conference in 2021, in conference play, they are 25-5.
Wow, that is just amazing. And again, I think it's a testament to how Coach Lewis holds discipline to his team, keeps them going week in and week out, and I think it's how he runs practice as well. I mean, you were there a couple of days ago, and you know from the get-go he's going to have those guys grinding, whether it's warm-ups or in-practice drills. I mean, Coach Lewis runs a really good program. And Coach Rising does too for Marion Center, but I mean, with how Coach Lewis and the Highlanders have performed since joining the Heritage Conference, it's all working out for them.
All Heritage Conference eyes are on this game at Molino Stadium. We should have an exciting game, a big crowd on hand, and we're going to get out of the wind. And before I fall over the hill, or Jake pushes me over the hill, we're going to get back inside. On the other side of the break, you're going to hear from Cambria Heights Highlanders coach Jared Lewis. That and more when we continue on our pregame show after this on Renda Digital TV.
Test of time. Griffith Auto Sales. For nearly 70 years, Griffith Auto Sales, family owned and operated, where you, the customer, deal directly with the owners. Built on value, service, honesty, and fairness, Griffith Auto Sales continues to provide customers with quality vehicles at exceptional prices. Take a look online at griffithautosales.com. Griffith Auto Sales, the right place for your next vehicle.
R4H, this is Ben.
R4H is here when you need us. R4H provides transportation 7 days a week, including holidays. We offer local and long-distance transportation for ambulatory clients, as well as those who require a wheelchair, gurney chair, or stretcher van. We provide transportation to medical appointments, as well as social and holiday events. We take pride in providing quality care and professional services to all of our clients. Exciting news! R4H is now certified to provide CPR, first aid, and AED classes to our local community. Due to our rapid growth and increasing need for our services, R4H is looking to expand our team. If you are interested in joining our team as a driver, apply online at rider4h.com or scan the QR code located at the bottom of this ad. Full-time, part-time, and casual positions are available in many locations. R4H Medical Transportation is an equal opportunity employer.
As always, because of you, we are R4H.
Our pregame show here on Renda Digital TV continues with Cambria Heights Highlanders head coach Jared Lewis. And Coach, congrats on a great start to the season. Tonight, all of the Heritage Conference eyes are going to be on the Stingers and your Highlanders at Molino Stadium. So it's going to be a fun night of Saturday night football.
Yeah, something is definitely a little bit different, but it is exciting to be, pretty much the only team playing. So, we know we're in for a challenge with Marion Center. They're playing some good football. So hopefully we were able to match and play good football as well. And we'll see how it goes tonight.
Both teams would have preferred, I'm sure, staying on schedule playing last night. But I guess with the Labor Day weekend, the extra day probably comes at a good week at least on the schedule.
Yeah, we've played Saturday games in the past, whether it be in the playoffs or, playing teams that maybe don't have lights. From the sounds of it, the official shortage isn't getting any better. So this could be a thing of, something we have to deal with in the future. I really think, we try to control what we can control. We're doing the best we can. And I'm just proud of the way that we practice, we prepared. And, I tell the guys all the time, control what we can control, take care of the little things, and the big things will take care of themselves. So.
Just curious, you brought something up that leads me to a question. In the WPIAL, for different reasons, sometimes they play Thursday night games. If it came down to that due to officials, would you as a coach prefer Thursday night football or Saturday night?
As long as they had a plan for what we would do with junior high, I would have no problem playing Thursday. As long as both teams are in the same boat, get the same amount of preparation and stuff. I think it's probably something that's coming. I'm not sure what that would look like on Friday with the attendance of the varsity football team and what we would do the rest of the week. But yeah, it would be something we would definitely be open to for sure.
Jared, no question, a lot of preseason hype for your team. So far, so good. 2-0 wins over River Valley, very good Panthers team. And then at home last week against Purchase Line. So are you happy where your team is at?
I don't want to say I'm happy. I mean, I think we're always looking to improve. I like the way we're competing right now. Week one, I thought we made a lot of mistakes. I thought we made less mistakes last week, but still, when you watch the film, you think you play a pretty good game, and you watch and like, well, a guy here, a guy there, a missed block here, a missed block there. So I'm happy with our effort. I'm happy with the way we've been preparing, but we're still a work in progress, as are most teams, I'm sure. I'm happy that we're 2-0 for sure, but I still think there's some room to go. I told the guys that this week. I don't think we played our best football yet, and we may have to do that tonight against a tough Marion Center team. I've been very impressed with, especially their speed on defense. Really, I think Coach Rising said it in his interview that it's like 11 helmets to the ball, and that's what we're seeing on film. I mean, they really get after it. A team that has really made some big plays on offense and has made some big plays on defense too. Block punt. They're really playing opportunistic right now, and so we know that's going to be a challenge. And hopefully we're are playing our best ball.
There's been a little early season hype on this game. I'm just curious from your standpoint, when you're game planning against any team for that matter, how much of it is based on your own strengths versus exploiting weaknesses that you may see?
I think first thing when you're doing a game plan, you got to take care of what you do well or don't do well. So, trying to, you do want to take advantage of what the defense gives you, but you also want to take advantage of your strengths. If you're just doing, if you're just looking to take advantage of weaknesses, that might not be the strength of your team. And that's been that way some in the past. I really thought, last week we threw the ball well. The first week, we ran the ball pretty well. So hopefully we'll get a complete game and kind of do it both. But, we liked some of our matchups last week in the passing game. We took advantage of that. I'd like to think that we're going to be a team that's going to be capable of doing both. But, I mean, you're definitely looking at what teams are giving you. But you also need to make sure you're getting your best players the ball in space and running the plays that have been best for you. Trying to do something different is not always the best thing. Be you, and even defensively, scheme, how you've been scheming and trying to take away their best plays. We always do that, but you also want to stick to the basics of what you do.
Senior laden team this year, how big of a benefit is it for you? Because this group has kind of been through the war, so to speak, last year with advancing to the PIAA quarterfinals.
largely the same group. So I would think all of that experience, you're seeing a lot of leadership, maybe even more so than last year coming out of these guys.
Oh, no question. I mean, we had great seniors last year, but just there weren't many of them. So, when you bring back 11 seniors, it's a big difference. But I think, the process for this senior class didn't start last year. It pretty much started as sophomores. A lot of these guys were thrust into action, some ready, some maybe not. But there were some growing pains. They did some weeks where you're like, man, they look really good, and other weeks that they didn't look so great as sophomores. And I think that's typical of sophomores, to be honest with you, especially if it's their first year starting. So, we have a couple kids that have started for 4 years for us. This will be their 4th year starting, and then we have a lot of guys that started 3 years. So, I mean, I think that process started 2 years ago, but definitely helped last year. We played some games last year where we didn't look great, and then we played some games where we did. So it was like trying to get that consistency, and that's one thing we've been really focusing on this year. When you have a senior team, you want to see the consistency. You don't want to see the peaks. You don't want to see the valleys. You want to see the consistency. You want to see a team that's able to handle adversity, and I want to see how when things are going well, everybody's a good teammate, everybody's a good leader, but you want to see who those guys are that are staying focused, they're staying locked in, that are staying positive when things aren't going well, and so that's what I think the benefit of this of the senior team. They're a group that really gets along well, and that shows. Good kids. I mean, they're so happy. It doesn't matter who's producing. I say this all the time. We have a number of guys that touched the ball last week. I think there were maybe 8 or 9 guys that had significant touches in the game. So, I mean, if we can keep doing that, it's going to keep us fresh. It's going to keep us healthy, and it's going to keep us tough to defend against. So that's what we're hoping. But at the end of the day, we still need our best players to make some plays.
Coach Fonnelly, we have about 45 seconds left. Keys tonight, their home opener, I would think getting off to a good start, maybe silencing some of the enthusiasm around them would be a key.
It's always a key, but also matching their intensity. This has been a team that has been very intense. We want to make sure we're matching that intensity and making sure we're playing a clean game. I think if we do that, it should be a good game.
Coach, thanks for doing this. As always, looking forward to calling tonight's game on Renda Digital TV. I guess it'll be the only game in town as far as a broadcast outlet tonight, so should be a lot of fun.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Thanks for everything you guys do. We appreciate it.
That's head coach Jared Lewis of the Cambria Heights Highlanders, and we're going to come back, walk to the other sideline. We'll visit with Marion Center head coach Adam Rising as he joins us as our pregame show from Molino Stadium here at Marion Center. We'll continue right after this on Renda Digital TV.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Say goodbye to endless store hops. Innovations of Home, located on Route 119, Marion Center, is your one-stop shop for everything.
Sporting goods to modern hardware, they've got it all. Even that elusive size window for your home energy project.
Mr. Do-It-Yourself? More like get it done with Innovations of Home.
Unleash your inner remodeler. Stop in or visit InHomePA.com. Your comfort, their commitment, your imagination, their inventory. Innovations of Home in Marion Center. You know, the place that has everything.
Is your dog in need of expert training? Mossberg's Manners Dog Training provides top-notch care with Connie Nagy, a CPDT, KSA, and CSAT certified trainer. Services include basic and advanced obedience, behavioral modification, separation anxiety training, and specialized service dog training for cardiac alert, asthma, seizures, and more. Fear aggression training and canine good citizen preparation are also available. For expert dog training, contact Connie at 412-592-4026. Mossberg's Manners, where good dogs become great.
The Rembrandt Club, a proud sponsor of Cambria Heights Athletics, wishes the Highlanders the best of luck tonight and this season. The Rembrandt Club has a long tradition of supporting the Cambria Heights School District, student athletes, cheerleading, and band organizations. The club says mark your calendars for November 27th. It's the club's annual bear hunt. Hunters can register for free, food, prizes, and fun for all. Find more information on Facebook. Good luck, CH, from everyone at the Rembrandt Club.
Hi, my name is Zachary, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus.
We have a really fun bus driver. And guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new bus drivers.
That's right. Smith Bus Company is hiring positions for full and part-time drivers and driver's assistants. They provide transportation for 6 area school districts, and they're proud of the work they do. Apply now at smithbusco.com, equal opportunity employer.
Back with you at Molino Stadium with Jake Slobotnik. I'm Mark Burdig as we welcome you back into our broadcast booth high atop Molino Stadium. And this is the highest vantage point, and we are pushed away from the field too. Great facility, though, Jake, but it is a distance away from the field. Before we get to the offensive starting lineups for both units, wanted to go through the Heritage Conference scoreboard last night. We'll get instant reaction from Jake. Penns Manor, 42. Homer Center, 24. Penns Manor remains undefeated.
They fought through that matchup, and I know I really can't speak on much of it because you were there, but, Homer Center, they got out to a really good start. The Cobalt boys, Riley and Gabe, a couple touchdowns in their favor. And but hey, Penns Manor, we always know that Coach Packer is, his team's always ready to go, and no matter if they're down, no matter by how many, they'll fight back, and that's exactly what they did. So, hard-fought 3-0 record.
Okay, one of the other unbeatens remaining in the conference, Northern Cambria, they win again. 47-0 at the half. It ends up 47-8 over Conemaugh Valley.
That doesn't surprise me too much. Northern Cambria is always a gritty team, and Coach Schuette's got them ready to go. And their high-powered offense, no matter who they have, they reload instead of rebuild, and that's exactly what they did this year. And Conemaugh Valley, they've taken their lumps over the past couple of years, and it seemed like it was one-sided the entire way, so that doesn't surprise me too much.
And not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it'll be a video stream special in a couple of weeks. The Coal Bowl in Northern Cambria will host the Cambria Heights Highlanders. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we saw it last year in the semifinals, I believe, for District 6, and that was a hard-fought matchup, and, it's rivalry time, so that's going to be a good one.
3 other games. This one really surprised me. Conemaugh Township improves to 2-1. Brandon Studer's Young Ball Club, they shut out United Valley. Back-to-back shutouts for the Lions, this time 14-0 at the hands of Township.
I remember Chuck Clark and I, we were at River Valley last night. When we heard that final score come in, you could see the whites of our eyes, mainly because not just Conemaugh Township winning, but the fact that they were able to hold United Valley scoreless, not just the entire game, but in that second half, because Coach McElwee, he's got enough players to make them a really good second-half team. Man, Conemaugh Township, they were fired up after their loss at home against River Valley in Week 2.
He just saw the Marion Center Stingers coming to their sideline. The other two, Purchase Line into the win column, 38-22 over West Shamokin.
Yeah, and that was a battle of two teams with no wins. It's good to see that morale go back up for the Red Dragons. West Shamokin, they had a lot of new changes this year, so they're still trying to find their footing, but good on Purchase Line to get that elusive win number 1.
And the game you called, River Valley takes advantage of turnovers, and they clobber Portage 56-14.
Sam Yanitz, again, we all knew that he was going to be the big star of that River Valley team, but I'll tell you what, Gavin Burkhart's really starting to catch me by surprise, and in a good way, because he ran for 3 touchdowns, but he also passed for 1 as well. This season, he's 2 for 2 with a little over 50 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. So he's a very utility player for River Valley, and they forced Portage to 5 turnovers. Between last week and this week, they have 9 turnovers forced on defense. So River Valley, all things are clicking for them.
All right, we want to welcome you to our special sports presentation tonight. Samantha Snedden, our executive producer, right behind us. Our spotter in the booth will be Chris Graham. And Jake, what about the starting lineups for both teams?
All right, let's start with the visiting Cambria Heights Highlanders under the direction of head coach Jared Lewis at 2-0. 5 up front at left tackle, junior 5'11", weighing 240, James Holtz, wearing number 74. Senior at left guard, wearing number 65, a 5'9", 230 lineman, Tristan Weekland. Braylon Ridbaum at center, he's a senior, standing 5'10", weighing 255, wearing number 50. Jack Sherwood, a sophomore right guard, standing 6'2", weighing 265, wearing number 56. At right tackle, Hayden Leamer, a junior, standing 5'10", weighing 200 pounds. Tight end / running back, Garrett Jasper, senior, standing 6'2", with 240 pounds under him. He's hauled in 2 catches for 98 yards and a touchdown this year. Also rushed 7 times for 33 yards, averaging 4.7 yards a carry. Running back / wide receiver, number 11, Marshall Eckenrode, another senior, standing 6'1", with 185 pounds on him. He's rushed 8 times for 65 yards with a touchdown, 3 catches, 52 yards, averaging 17.3 yards per reception. Way in the backfield, Luke Mulroney, number 32, another senior, standing 5'10", weighing 165 pounds. The tailback tonight, Trey Tribus, senior, standing 5'11", weighing 165. 106 yards on the ground, on the ground with 9 rushes under him. Behind him, the senior, Stephen Nealon, number 26. He's in his senior season, standing 5'11", weighing 175 pounds. The fullback tonight, Jackson Klein, wearing number 30, senior, standing 5'10", with 185 pounds. And under center, calling the plays, number 17, the senior quarterback, Isaac Weiland. He is 12 of 18 this season with 323 yards and 3 touchdowns. For the hosting Marion Center Stingers, under the direction of head coach Adam Rising, they are also 2-0. On the front lines, a senior standing 6 foot, weighing 272 pounds, number 50, Colin Anderson at left tackle. Lakin Bailey, the left guard, senior 5'11", at 223, wearing 55. Junior Carter Knox is at center. He's wearing number 67, standing 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighing 203 pounds. A true freshman at right guard, Jason Freeman, wearing number 54. He's 5'9", weighing 156 pounds. And at right tackle, number 59, Owen Hopper, senior, standing 5'10", weighing 187 pounds. Tight end / running back / wing back, categorize these two guys and a couple others. Number 7, Troy Slavinsky. He's in his freshman year and looking to build up that stat column. Noah McCoy, a senior, standing 6 foot, number 19, mainly acting as a wideout. He's hauled in 8 catches for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. Other wide receivers, Tyler Phillips, Drew Runk, and Mason Plosnock. And the wingback / running back, Drew Runk, a senior, wearing number 13. Sophomore Tyler Phillips, wearing number 6. Trent Slavinsky, the main tailback in his sophomore year, wearing number 24. And under center, who will be having the ball first, number 12, a junior, Cam Rising. He is 12 of 21 passing with 2 touchdowns and 2 pickoffs this year. And he will get the ball first as Cambria Heights looks to kick it off. And those are tonight's starting lineups.
All right, and we are set to go here from Molino Stadium, providing the pictures tonight. Up top here, just outside of our broadcast booth, is Colton Shields and our sideline cameraman, Chris Yonner. And kicking off for the Cambria Heights Highlanders, it is Cameron Abrams. And the kick is diving on it at the 14-yard line for the Marion Center Stingers, as that kick almost got away from the Stingers, but Troy Slavinsky jumped on it and downed it himself, and the Stingers will be pinned inside the 20 at their own 14 to start this football game.
Yeah, that was a hard kickoff for Troy Slavinsky to recover, but good on him. A good veteran move. He just falls on top of it and just allows his offense to come on out with the possession still in tow. And Cam Rising now leading the offense out there, looking to score first and build the momentum early for the Marion Center Stingers.
The 2-0 Stingers offense averages about 20 points a game, 102 yards rushing, 59 yards passing. Plosnock in motion, but they give it up the middle. And a gain of a couple of yards from one side of the 15 to the other. And carrying that football, I believe, was Ty Phillips. On the tackle for the Cambria Heights Highlanders, Tristan Weekland.
Yeah, not a bad selection to start things off, trying to establish some momentum up the middle, and I like the way they use Plosnock in motion to try to fool the defense, but as history has said, Cambria Heights, they adjust really well.
Looking out the windows here, a little bit of a glare. We're going to peek around where it's open, and Rising throws a little bubble screen, and with it, and a good move, McCoy up the left sideline, and he has a first down out over the 30-yard line. Carson Lobick, a junior free safety, made the tackle.
A good play call there by the Stingers, and Rising fired a dart right to McCoy, and I mean, good on him. He just went right up the field. Normally, sometimes they'll try to get to that sideline and throw people off, but McCoy just wants to get that yardage, and it's exactly what he did.
Coming near side receiver, that is Slavinsky. And Rising going to throw. It's Plosnock, and it's through his fingers at the 35-yard line. Incomplete. Thrown a little bit high. Out here on the coverage was Trey Tribus for the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Another good play selection. Plosnock on a simple comeback route planted himself, and if he would have made the catch, he definitely would have had a positive yard gain. But as you said, Rising just threw that ball a little too high, a little too tall for him, and Plosnock could not come down with it, so resulted in an incompletion, 2nd and 10.
To the right boundary again, Plosnock. Rising from the gun, empty. Wingman to the right, and it's going to be a quarterback draw, and he's going to lose yardage. Back inside the 30, they're going to tackle him behind the chains at about the 28-yard line. It was Garrett Jasper on that tackle. Last year he was third on the team with well over 100 tackles.
Yeah, you could see Owen Hopper and Jason Freeman. They were just burned on that right side of the offensive line. And Cambria Heights, they knew that a run play was coming. I'm not sure if they knew it was going to be a design quarterback keep, but they did a really good job adjusting, mowing over the front five for Marion Center, forcing a loss of yardage, loss of 3 to be specific.
Winds calming a little bit here at Molino Stadium. Sidecar to the left of Rising, but they send him in motion. That's Ty Phillips. He was banged up a little bit last week. Rising's going to keep it, but that aggressive defense closes the gap and tackles him as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I get that call there because Cam Rising, if he would have just let that play marinate a little bit more, he had 2 open receivers in the middle of the field. And as you see right there, now Rising in some pain, and early on in this game, you cannot have any of those key injuries.
And he is their punter as well. On that tackle, who did we have, Chris? It was Brylan Ridbaum.
Aside from that last play, all good play calls. Marion Center trying to establish a short pass game early on, and really good selections on those passes, especially the 14-yard reception by Noah McCoy. I would have liked to maybe see them get that rolling a little bit more because it seemed like Cambria Heights had trouble adjusting to that early on, but they run a couple run plays, and here they are 4th and 10.
And Rising is their punter, too, so let's see who they use as the backup punter. Here, I can't see the number from our vantage point, but we will get it for you.
I wonder if that's Trent Slavinsky.
Stands at his 18-yard line. Snap floats back. It's a very high and very, very short kick, and it goes to about the 40-yard line. It was Josh Traup punting the football, and that'll go as about a 10-yard punt.
Well, if he could get a first down on punts, he would have had one, but unfortunately that's not what Marion Center wanted, and that gives Cambria Heights some favorable yardage to start things off on their first offensive drive in Marion Center territory. Now, if you're Marion Center, you got to play lockdown defense here. You can't afford chunk plays to Cambria Heights. You can't afford them to get on the board early because if we've seen anything in the past, if Cambria Heights scores first, momentum's on their side for quite some time.
9:53 to play, first possession for the Highlanders, and they give it to the fullback, Jackson Klein, who bangs his way inside the 35 down to about the 34-yard line, tackled by Mason Plosnock, the safety who came up to make that play. By the way, we want to thank our co-presenting sponsors, Griffith Auto Sales and SeaWorld Satellites. Without them and others, we are not here.
You know, Jackson Klein got that last handoff, only a handful of yards this season, but he's really good on the short yardage gains.
He gets the handoff again, and I think he's going to be stopped just shy of that lead chain. It will depend on where they give him forward progress. Plosnock again, and it is enough to move the chains right to the 30-yard line.
And again, Jackson Klein just establishing that power from the backfield, getting the handoff. He's not going to burn you for an 80-yard rush, but hey, he's got that strength, he's got that size that you've put a linebacker on him, he's going to plow him over and get those short yardage downs.
You might hear some wind in our crowd mic occasionally. We'll try to control that. This give is to Stephen Nealon, and around the right end, a short gain. Defense pretty nicely for Marion Center. Ty Phillips, who, as I mentioned, was nicked up a little bit last week, made that tackle. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. They put it down at the 20, closer to the 26. We'll call it a 4-yard gain. This Highlanders offense averaging 39.5 points a game, 263 rushing, 162 passing, 425 overall. A big number in those first 2 games. Give to Jackson Klein, and that offensive line moves the pile enough for another first down to the 20. They're getting a good push, Jake.
Yeah, they are, and especially with Jackson Klein, he brings a couple defensive men on him, and he just keeps shoving, essentially, for lack of a better term. And you see that right there. They needed 7. They trusted Klein to get those 7, and that's exactly what he did. And you got to credit the men up front, especially along Tristan Weekland and James Holtz. They provided enough room for him to work with, helping to push the defensive line behind him and allow Klein to get that 7-yard carry.
I think that might have been Lakin Bailey and a couple of others in on that tackle. But it's a new set of downs, second first down for the Highlanders. Weiland under his center, motion man behind the formation. They hand it off left side, big hole, but it's a good open field tackle, limiting Klein, and that's Plosnock. Again, boy, has he been active.
Yeah, I'd say so, and he read Jackson Klein's read perfectly, only limited him to 4 yards, and he was watching him the entire way. as every other defensive man was trying to adjust, Plosnock just kept him right in his line of sights, and that can be tricky sometimes, especially when things get cluttered. But, boy, he poised himself for a really nice tackle. And, again, Cambria Heights, that short yardage game, they're really starting to work with that early on.
7:14, clock moving in this first quarter. 2nd down and 5 at the 15-yard line. They're in the red zone. Split backs behind Weiland and a motion man behind the formation and a fumble, and I think Marion Center has it at the 12-yard line.
Yeah,
they do.
Troy Slavinsky was the first person to say that Marion Center had it, and that is very, very big for Marion Center early on. You want to force turnovers, get that momentum on their side, and that's exactly what they did. I'm not sure who forced the ball out or if it was just a broken play from the start.
Isaac Besa recovered it, I can tell you that.
But I'll tell you what, Marion Center, they did a really good job keeping their eye on the ball, falling on top of it, and establishing possession. Now, on the other side of the coin, they're deep in their own territory like they were last time out. So maybe if they establish that short yardage passing situation again, maybe move it up the field incrementally, it should benefit them.
See if Adam Rising is back in there.
Well, Adam's not.
I mean, yeah, not Adam. Cam. Plosnock takes the reception out in the flat, breaks the tackle, gets over the 20 to the 21-yard line, and a first down, dragged down by Luke Mulroney, and some momentum has shifted on to the team wearing green and gold.
And what did I say? Establish that short pass. It was just a little screen route to Plosnock, and he's able to follow his blocks as well. That was just a perfectly drawn-up screen play, executed to perfection as well by the Stingers. Really impressed by Plosnock and McCoy's speed as well. It seems like as soon as they get their hand on the ball, boom, they jet down the field.
Cam Rising, good to see him back in there. And he takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his left. Klein giving chase, dumps it off underneath to Drew Runk. Jake talked about him a lot on our pregame show. Missed the majority, if not all, of last season with that injury. He slips down, but he gains about 4 yards out over the 26-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 6.
I saw Cullen Anderson and Lakin Bailey holding Bryce Lewis in check. That freed up Drew Runk a little bit down the field. And here's the thing, it's only a 3-yard gain, but it's still forward progress. So one way or another, it's a good result for Marion Center.
Rising, looking to pass, firing deep down the left sideline and spinning around and making the catch for the Marion Center Stingers is the freshman Troy Slavinsky. And the Stingers are in Cambria Heights territory just like that, moving from their own 11-yard line. Trey Tribus dragged them down, but the freshman, one of 3 Slavinsky brothers, they can start their own polka band. And it's 1st and 10 at the 45.
Yeah, and you see that there. We mentioned in the pregame show, one of the things I wanted to see Cam Rising do is start airing the ball out. The ball's a little bit wet, air out the laundry, and that's exactly what he did. And how about Troy Slavinsky making a fantastic streaking route down the left sideline and absolutely keeping his eye on the ball, had a defender in his face, but he planted his feet, turned around, and allowed it to fall right in his breadbasket.
From the 45, quarterback draw, Rising some positive yardage, but hanging on for dear life, making that tackle for the Cambria Heights Highlanders was Bryce Lewis, the coach's son, a 6'1", 200-pound sophomore who, as a freshman, was 4th on the team last year in tackles. 2nd down, 8 to go.
As we have one of the fans make a cameo on the stream.
A little bubble screen out to McCoy, makes a nice move to the 30, and another first down for the Stingers. They're on the march. Tackled at the 28-yard line by Marshall Eckenrode, an outside linebacker, but taking advantage of this fumble recovery by Isaac Besa, the Stingers are moving the football.
That's what you like to see, another short yardage play. McCoy on another nice pass, and I'll tell you what, Cam Rising is really trusting his receivers. He's already completed 6 of 7 passes. Only incompletion came on his 2nd attempt. We'll tally up his numbers a little bit later in terms of yardage, but he is just allowing his teammates to do the work for him.
12-yard pass that time. Rising boots to his left. Tough throw that way. He makes it. It's deflected and incomplete. Almost caught on a deflection.
Now, I'll tell you what, if Plosnock just stayed in bounds a half second longer, he could have Tony Toe tapped it, but that was a valiant effort one way or another. And it allows, thankfully it fell to the grass, wasn't intercepted because that was very, very close to being picked off.
2nd down and 10, wide side of the field toward the Cambria Heights bench, as you can see. We welcome all of our Viewers on Renda Digital TV tonight, sports special. Wingman is Plosnock. He's in motion, and he takes the toss, trying to get to the edge, and he does. He cuts it up at the 25 to the 20, maybe a first down to about the 19, depending on where they spot him down.
Looks like they might spot him just a yard shy, but that's exactly what they needed. They needed something to keep this offensive energized, and Plosnock able to use his versatility there for a nice 9-yard carry.
Luke Mulroney on the tackle, outside linebacker for the Highlanders. Third down and short, obviously 4-down territory here. They operate from the 19-yard line.
Now, Mark, I know we don't have college-like stats and stat machines here, stat software, I should say, but Marion Center's done a really good job holding the rock, wasting time off the clock. We're already at 3:53 left to go in the opening quarter, and they control the real estate right now.
Rising going to go under his center, Carter Knox, and it's a keeper, and he has to fight. Second effort gets that first down. Met some resistance initially, and it will be a first down. I'm not sure who made that tackle.
Yeah, he needed one. He got about 3, I would say.
Chris, I'm going to slide this way so I can see around our cameraman.
I feel like anytime I'm in the booth with Chris Graham, there's always some sort of adjusting. I remember we were at Northern Cambria last year, and I keep had to pushing him away because he got in line of our scoreboard cam. So I'll take the blame for that.
Well, we had to reposition our cameraman, so now 3:15, I can see the scoreboard. Clock moving here. Scoreless first quarter. Marion Center, new set of downs. They give to Ty Phillips. Ty Phillips going to lose a yard from the 18 back to the 19-yard line. And good surge from Braylon Ridbaum and also James Holtz defensively making that tackle.
That was a loss of a yard, but the silver lining is it keeps the clock moving in the first quarter, keeps them in the red zone. Like the call. I like what they tried to do there. But again, Cambria Heights, they have a really good ground attack, especially when it's run up the middle with that senior leadership among the defensive line.
Second down and 11. Rising under center. Straight back to pass. Fires left flat area and incomplete. It was a down and out, and they tried throwing underneath, but Rising misfired. It was intended for his favorite target, Noah McCoy.
Yeah, the timing was perfect on that throw, just a little too far to the left, pulled it. I like the selection, like Cam Rising allowing that play to develop, but again, he just pulled a little too far to the left, and that brings up a crucial 3rd and 11 with the clock stopped at 2:33. Folks, want to remind you that on Renda Digital TV, the live chat feature is open, so if you have a best wish that you want to give to one of the players or team, feel free to use it. We'll try to read them on the air.
Third down and 11. Trips to the right. They throw bubble screen, and it's thrown low and incomplete. It was intended for Noah McCoy, and now the Stingers will need to come up with a big 4th down play on 4th down and 11. Also, our kickoff, we failed to mention, we want to get caught up, brought to you by Grand Beginnings Children's Center. And we say thank you to Grand Beginnings. 2 locations in Indiana. They're supporting our 46th Teddy Bear Fun Drive again during football season. All of our games that we air on the 4 radio stations and on Renda Digital TV, they donate $1 for every point to our 46th Teddy Bear Fun Drive, funding child health care at IRMC and Children's Hospital. Through the first 3 weeks, through the first 3 Fridays, $565 raised for the Teddy Bear Fun Drive. And we have a legal, is it an equipment problem, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, Landon Cook seemed like he had something, I think it was his wrist guard, and now Marion Center is going to be forced to burn a timeout.
All right, 2:29 to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Coming back to Molino Stadium, Marion Center faced with a 4th and long on Renda Digital TV.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So, there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Why choose Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta for your go-to game day meal? How about their fresh hand-tossed pizzas made every day? Not only that, but they offer delicious pasta, wings, and strombolis. They also support the local community, including the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Go Highlanders!
So don't be a game day Grinch. Call Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta, 212 McGee Avenue in Patton, Open daily from 11 to 10. Takeout and delivery only.
Back with you at Molino Stadium out of the Marion Center timeout, 4th and 11 and rising. Shotgun snap, pressure coming, throws it, gets it into Ty Phillips' hands, but too many white jerseys standing in his way, Jake, and he will be stopped well short of that lead marker. And Cambria Heights holds them off. Carson Lobick on the tackle.
Yeah, and really Rising just had no other option there. He had to get it into one of his receivers' hands if they wanted to make a chance. And now we have a media timeout with the change of possession. And we'll take a timeout as well. Nothing. Cambria Heights looking to put on some points in the late goings of the first quarter when we return on Renda Digital TV.
Hey, sports fans in Elmora and beyond. This is a shout out from Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, your community hub for all things outdoors. Good luck to the Cambria Heights Highlanders football team this year. You've shown incredible dedication and skill on the field, and now it's time to take it to the next level. Highlanders, make Elmora proud. From your friends at Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, bring home that win. The Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, where community pride and sportsmanship come together. Go Highlanders!
Are they in St. Francis's league?
Yeah, they're in the NEC. I don't know if they're eligible.
Hey, sports fans in Elmora and beyond. Level. Value. Operated where you, the customer, deal directly with the owners. Built on value, service, honesty, and fairness, Griffith Auto Sales continues to provide customers with quality vehicles at exceptional prices. Take a look online at griffithautosales.com. Griffith Auto Sales, the right place for your next vehicle.
Back with you at Molino Stadium. You see it there, 2:22 remaining, and we are scoreless. Cambria Heights takes over just over their own 15-yard line.
Already one turnover for him tonight. Isaac Weiland might want to try airing it out here on this possession. They're deep in their own zone at the 16. Ran it a lot that first drive before fumbling it away deep in Marion Center territory, so maybe we'll see. I think that first possession for Cambria Heights was just trying to work out the rust a little bit. You know, coming into enemy territory, there's some things you really need to feel out, crowd being one of them, so I think here we might see a little bit of a change of pace with Cambria Heights' offense.
There is a good crowd on hand, and they do come out in the shotgun with side. Well, now Weiland is going to go under his center, Braylon Ridbaum, and they shift in old T formation behind Weiland, and they hand it off up the middle with Jackson Klein. Correction, that's Marshall Eckenrode on the carry. Isaac Besa on the tackle. So there's a different look. They will throw some different formations at you.
Yeah, we saw a lot of it when they played River Valley that first week. And that's the good thing about Cambria Heights. They can get creative with their look, especially with all the veterans on their team. And you see it right here. They switch it up at the last second again.
Weiland looked like it was going to be gun, but they shift. And they go T formation again. And Weiland turns, hands it off to that deep back. And on the far sideline, dancing out of bounds for the Highlanders, Stephen Nealon. Cam Rising made the stop, and they're going to spot him out of bounds at the 17-yard line, or correction, the 21-yard line, out over the 20. So it'll be third down and almost 5 to go.
Yeah, Nealon had a long way to go just to lose that yard, and rightfully so. Marion Center's defensive line had a good read on how they were lining up. Now they try to stop him on 3rd and 5.
Trey Tribus, flank left. They throw for him, and it's incomplete at the Marion Center 40-yard line, just running a streak pattern down the left sideline, and on the coverage, the freshman for the Marion Center Stingers, Troy Slavinsky.
I'm actually surprised to see that streak pattern by Tribus. I thought maybe they tried a screen pattern or maybe a crossing route in the center of the field. They only needed 5 yards for the first, but they wanted to go over the home run ball. And as you see, Weiland, he's got that strong arm, but just a little too far in front of his intended target, Tribus.
1:32 remaining in this scoreless first quarter. And back to punt, it is Jasper. 2 punts this year, 47.5-yard average.
Troy Slavinsky back for the Stingers, lined up at his own 40.
Snap a little bit low, but Jasper gets it out of there. Beautiful kick. And Slavinsky, I think, did that hit his foot? I guess not. Or
no,
he'd be going after it.
No, they're not giving chase. And
he didn't hurt his average, Jake, did he?
No, I would say he increased it a little bit. I mean, wow. You know, for IUP fans, they are used to Aiden Spittler now. And Spittler, he has that natural spiral off his foot, and that's exactly what Garrett Jasper did. So possibly if things line perfectly and if Coach Tort's watching, we might see the next punter at IUP.
With that roll, it's a 65-yard punt.
My goodness. You don't see punts like that too often, especially at the high school level.
It had great hang time.
Yeah. And I like what Slavinsky did. He called the fair catch, and granted, he was very close to it. He backed off of it and just allowed it to take a hop.
Even with the fair catch, if he catches it, it's still a good punt. Rising out in the flat, another bubble screen, and McCoy, yardage from the 15 up to about the 19-yard line where Marshall Eckenrode stopped him, a gain of 4. So Marion Center's gone to that short passing game.
And rightfully so. It's worked for them several times tonight. And good on Cam Rising. He now has 85 yards through 12 passing attempts.
Rising pump fake, quarterback draw up the middle, first down yardage, and he's tripped up from behind, or that's going to go for bigger yardage as Marshall Eckenrode made the tackle, but not before he gained about 13 yards on the play. Carson Lobick it was.
I think they're only going to get him for about a 9-yard carry, but still that's good enough for Rising, and I like what he did there. Nice, strong pump fake, fooled the defense, and he just took off through the gap on the right side.
Yeah, you're right, from about the 20 to the 29-yard line.
If I'm Marion Center, I might just take this into the quarter.
Ty Phillips in the backfield to the left of Rising, and Phillips gets the handoff, and did he cough up the football? I think he
Looks
did.
like
Cambria
it.
Heights saying they got it. Sideline camera, we're looking at the monitor, and it is Cambria Heights ball with just 6 seconds left in this quarter.
Yeah, it looked like Garrett Jasper fell on top of that, and it looked like a broken play from the start. I'm not sure if Cam Rising wanted to hand it off, but one way or another, that's going to be a big, big if for Marion Center if they don't fumble that ball to see what happens. And now this gives Cambria Heights favorable field position deep in Marion Center territory. You're in the waning moments of this first quarter.
At the Marion Center 29-yard line. So not only did Jasper flip the field with that outstanding punt, their defense forces a turnover. Final play of the quarter. Power I formation now for the Highlanders. And they give it to the deep back. And let's see who has that football.
I believe that was Jasper.
Is it Jasper lining up
so.
in the backfield?
He made a quick motion to the backfield, and I think he got that handoff.
Trent Slavinsky made the tackle. It was Jasper. Good call. Jake, that's the end of the first quarter. These two teams duking it out. We've had a turnover on each side, but no scores. We head to the second. Our coverage tonight being brought to you by Griffith Auto Sales and SeaWorld Satellites of Indiana. Second quarter action coming up in a minute.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
The place for clean, quality, reliable, and affordable trucks is Hometown Auto Sales. Since 1994, Hometown Auto Sales has been serving Indiana County with integrity, honesty, and an impeccable reputation. All trucks are affordably priced with a 4,500-mile, 3-month warranty. Best of Indiana County Silver winner in 2022 and 23, and Gold Medal winner in 2024 for Best Used Auto Dealer. Hometown Auto Sales, Route 286, 4 miles west of Indiana.
Back with you at Molino Stadium, scoreless. The Highlanders faced with 2nd down and 6 as we start this second quarter. Jake?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm surprised or not that we're at scoreless after 1. Both teams trying to sort of feel each other out.
Straight eye, they throw over the middle, and Marshall Eckenrode's going to take it to the house. Found that seam between the linebackers and the safety, and he scores 6 seconds in to the second quarter. The Highlanders have the lead 6-0 as Isaac Weiland has thrown his 4th touchdown pass of the season, and for Eckenrode, his first touchdown reception.
Yeah, you kind of had to figure they were going to go back to the pass. They tried running a couple of times, and what did I say in the pregame? Get Isaac Weiland throwing. We see it right there. Now it's just a lapse in defensive secondary for Marion Center, allowing Eckenrode to just streak down the field, catch that ball, and take off unscathed.
Tristan Weekland, the long snapper. Stephen Nealon, the holder. Right-footed soccer-style kicker Cameron Abrams. Extra point is up, and his extra point is good. He's 8 for 8 this season. And the Highlanders take advantage of the turnover. Don't forget about that outstanding punt from Jasper, too, to flip the field. And it's 7-0 Cambria Heights over Marion Center as we go to break on Renda Digital TV.
Hello, this is your state representative, Brian Smith. I serve the Greater Marion Center School District in the 66th Legislative District. I am also a big fan of our student athletes on and off the field. Football season's an exciting time, so I'm extending my personal and sincere best wishes to our Marion Center Stingers. Have fun out there on the gridiron. You've got this. You've got what it takes to win and make a run for that championship.
The Ream Miller VFW Post 7783 in St. Benedict, a longtime backer of Cambria Heights Athletics, is pleased to be a sponsor of Highlander football. Everyone at the VFW wishes the best of luck to the team, cheerleaders, band, and all the coaches this coming season. The Ream Miller Post exists to provide a place for veterans and their families to fellowship and believes in giving back to the community with thousands in donations during each year. Have fun this season, CH, from your friends at the VFW Post 7783.
Back with you at Molino Stadium, 7-0. Good-looking 81-yard drive for the Highlanders. Or, 29-yard drive right after the turnover. And the return out over the 40-yard line.
There's just a huddle of players pushing Cam Rising forward. It was interesting to see, but good look at Rising with the leg strength there. But yeah, as you said, 29-yard drive, capitalizing on the turnover by Marion Center, and then beautiful pass from Isaac Weiland to Marshall Eckenrode. Make it 7-0. And now we're going to see how Marion Center can respond. They've been building some successful drives so far. Just don't have any points to show for it.
So the Stingers will start at the 44-yard line. They come out with twin receivers at the top of your screen, twins at the bottom, slot receivers Drew Runk. They check those wristbands. And Rising has a protector in there in Ty Phillips. To his left, takes the shotgun snap. Firing deep downfield, going to be incomplete. Good coverage by the Cambria Heights Highlanders. It was intended for the freshman, Slavinsky.
Yeah, and Rising's lucky that fell to the grass because there were 3 Highlanders in that vicinity. Thankfully, they were just a little too far off. And I like the idea of trying to get Slavinsky on the streak pattern, but unfortunately, he throws it over his head. And Rising, as we know, has had success from the short yardage game tonight. Maybe trying to catch the defense off guard.
Rising throws, slant, almost picked, and it's deflected and caught by Marion Center. Slavinsky down the right sideline, 20, 15, 10, and they're going to keep him out of the end zone barely, but the Stingers are going to have first and goal. Deflected pass. It was almost picked going one way as we look at the replay on our screen here, and not sure who that was that almost picked it, but chasing Troy Slavinsky down inside the 5-yard line as he reached for the pylon was Carson Lobick. First and goal from the 2. Quarterback keeper Rising gets a little bit closer, but not in. It'll be second down and inches.
Oh, he is just a blade of grass off. But going back to that last play, that's why you never give up if you're a receiver. It took a nice Marion Center hop right into Slavinsky's hands. And how about, as he's streaking down the sideline trying to fend off that defender, while also making sure he doesn't go out of bounds until he's at least closer to the goal line. You know, it's impressive to see what Slavinsky's doing in his freshman season. That is a senior-like move that we just saw.
55-yard pass to Slavinsky. Rising going to go under his center, junior Carter Knox. Phillips, the lone setback, wingman left and right, give to Phillips. Touchdown, Marion Center Stingers. Opened up on the left side of that line by Lakin Bailey, Colin Anderson. And the 55-yard pass sets up the Stinger touchdown. It's 7-6 with 10:03 left in the first half.
Now that's how you respond if you're Marion Center. You give up a touchdown after a fumble, you got to respond with your chin up, and that's exactly what they did. And especially with that big pass from Rising to Slavinsky, because I think that also helped swing momentum back in their favor. And good job on Phillips just to put his head down and carry that ball past the goal line for the touchdown.
Kicking for the Stingers will be Brady Haggerty. The holder is Troy Slavinsky. Snap is good. The execution all the way around is good. And we have a tie football game. With 10:03 left in the first half, special thanks to Griffith Auto Sales for driving us along here tonight on this sports special, along with SeaWorld Satellites. We have a good one going. It's 7-7. Stingers Highlanders back with the kickoff on Renda Digital TV.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet Satellite Internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Why choose Luhu's Pizza and Pasta for your go-to game day meal? How about their fresh hand-tossed pizzas made every day? Not only that, but they offer delicious pasta, wings, and stromboli. They also support the local community, including the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Go Highlanders!
So don't be a game day Grinch. Call Luhu's Pizza and Pasta, 212 McGee Avenue in Patton. Open daily from 11 to 10, takeout and delivery only.
4 plays, 56 yards, took a minute 49, and the Stingers have tied this game up at 7. And kick is a squib and going to be downed at the 33-yard line.
It seemed like that kick was off Logan Marana, one of the up men, and that not exactly what Marion Center wanted, and neither with Cambria Heights. They just forced to fall on top of it. Now let's see what Marion Center's defense can do. They have the momentum on their side for just a moment as Cam Rising, Troy Slavinsky. I'm getting confused with all these Slavinskys on that team, and Tyler Phillips. They are able to band together for a nice scoring drive. They got to hold Cambria Heights here, and if anything, they now have the Highlanders in their own field.
This drive starts at the 34-yard line. And Weiland from the shotgun. Looking, throwing, short underneath, left sideline in front of the Cambria Heights bench. And making that reception was Stephen Nealon, tackled by Trent Slavinsky. Slavinsky, and Slavinsky.
All we're missing is Slobodnik. Oh, wait, here we are.
Oh, here you look who showed up.
It's a little late for the game.
The old law firm of, you're not old enough to remember Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. I thought we were going to say Shednarovich, and Fishman.
No free plugs for the road. Second down and 5. Wide side of the field toward the Marion Center bench. And Weiland spinning handoff. And short yardage going to be stopped, I believe, short of that lead chain. Not sure who carried that football. Drew Runk made the tackle. See if they know, Chris, who had that football next door. I'm going to mention, Jake, there's a new rule in the PIAA. Tight formation on third down and short. And the handoff, big hole up the middle, and banging his way for a first down is Luke Mulraney, who's in there. I believe Isaac Besa made the tackle. That was Mulraney. The new rule in the PIAA, on white jerseys, you're supposed to have a dark block number. And Cambria Heights does not have, they have a white jersey, but they don't have a dark block style number. They have basically a baby blue number on those jerseys. First and 10, I'm sorry.
I'm not mistaken. I think those jerseys go back several years, so obviously they might be grandfathered in, maybe?
Not forever, I can tell you that. The give, or that pitch and catch to Eckenrode, who has another big reception, and second effort gets him inside the 30-yard line, tackled on the play by Landon Cook of the Marion Center Stingers. But here come the Highlanders again from their own 34 now. They're inside the Marion Center 30-yard line. First and 10 at the 29.
Nice 23-yard completion. Again, Eckenrode just beating the secondary, getting open near the sideline, making the catch, moving forward for a couple extra yards. And he has only got 2 receptions tonight, but I'll tell you what, he's making the most of them. 48 yards and a touchdown.
8:19, clock moving in this tie game. Highlanders on the march, and Marion Center jumped offside unless they were drawn off. Yeah, I was told by one of the lead officials offside Marion Center, so they'll march it forward to the 24-yard line. That rule change, one of the few rule changes this year, and it was a uniform rule change. And I asked about what you had mentioned about a grandfather case, as a grace period of a year or so, and he said no, they're supposed to be changed. They had plenty of notice. So we'll see. Maybe those are considered legal. I don't know.
Or maybe they're on back order.
Maybe that too. Maybe they're not ordered at all. Maybe I just created a mess for Cambria Heights, and the school board will be voting on it and banning me from doing future games.
Well, there's a infraction on Cambria Heights, a false start. That'll move them back 5 yards. So I said it last night on the River Valley broadcast, the football giveth and the football taketh away, and we just saw that double ends there. I mean, from up here, we have a pretty far vantage point, and I know younger eyes and some glasses.
Wait a minute
I can
now.
See. But I can see the numbers up here, but again, maybe they might want to just tone them a little darker, but who knows.
Mulraney, receiver to the right boundary. They go empty. Twins left and right, and Weiling going to load up and throw deep into coverage, and it's a jump ball, and no signal. And did somebody come down with that football? It's an interception for the Marion Center Stingers. So the answer is yes, they did come down with the football. Was that Plosnock?
That was Trent Slavinsky, I believe.
Yep, it was Trent Slavinsky. Here's the replay. Empty set, and Weiland just loads up two receivers in the same area. That really shouldn't happen. And a great job by Trent Slavinsky, and Marion Center forces another turnover.
Mark, don't correct me here, but I'm having flashbacks to early 2010s when the NFL brought in replacement refs, and there was that kerfuffle in the Packers-Seahawks game in the end zone to end it. One said touchdown, one said interception, and the way it went down looked similar to that pick.
They're at the 3-yard line, and Rising hands it off, and coming near side with the football, knifed down nicely is Plosnock. Good open field tackle, and that was Marshall Eckenrode on that stop. That looked like it was going to open up for bigger yardage.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, all he had is one defender to beat, and he was going to get a sizable chunk of yards, but good job on Cambria Heights to close in on Plosnock, because that could have been very, very disastrous. But if you're looking at Marion Center, it's a good thing for them. They're getting away from the end zone, which is exactly what they needed to do here to start things off.
Ty Phillips running back, and he gets the handoff and keeps the legs moving as he gets up close to, that's Drew Runk on the carry, up to about the 10-yard line.
If it's not the 10, he's about a blade of grass off.
So it'll be third down and just about 3 to go for the Stingers. On the stop, Dawson Warner. Sun has set. Winds have calmed a little bit. Beautiful night for football and a big crowd on hand as we have Saturday night lights. These two Heritage Conference heavyweights unbeaten in the early going. Plosnock, a receiver to the right. Runk in motion, and Rising's going to keep it, and he's going to be stopped short of that lead chain. He got over the 10-yard line, but he needed every bit of the 13. So Rising will have to punt from just about his own end line, I would think. On the tackle, Eckenrode once again. He's doing it on both sides of the ball.
Again, I'm kind of surprised they went away from that short yardage passing game. It was working for them over the past couple of drives, and now it's, now they're pinned deep in their own zone, forced to punt it away.
And Rising is right on that goal line.
Yeah.
In the shadow of his own goalpost. Snap is good, kick is away, end over end, pretty good kick. And Nealon takes it his own 46-yard line, going to head far sideline. There's a block from behind, so this is going to come back as Nealon gets inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. But that will come back, and they will start this drive in their own territory. On the tackle, Trent Slavinsky.
Yeah, Carson Laubick, he just had, I'm not sure what he was doing on that block, but that's going to get called most, if not all, the time.
Good punt, 43 yards from Rising.
Yeah, Rising needed to get that ball a good distance down the field, and that's exactly what he did, especially pinned against his own goal line. And the penalty helps now, too, because now Cambria Heights forced to trek back a little bit in their own territory. But, granted, it's still pretty favorable field position here as they go back to work on offense in a tie game and a little over halfway through the second quarter. Hey, want to remind folks, we'll do that after this. 5:34 to go in the second, tied at 7 on Renda Digital TV.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
Fans, stick around. At halftime, we're going to bring you our Luhu's Pizza and Pasta halftime report. We'll give you a recap of the first half of action, give you a look at stats as well, and Mark and I will chat a little bit more about Heritage Conference and what this game could possibly imply in terms of results down the road. That's all coming up on our Luhu's Pizza and Pasta halftime report. Check out the folks at Luhu's, Mike and Cindy. They're fantastic people, always willing to come on board when we're covering the Cambria Heights Highlanders. Check them out. They're right beside Cambria Heights High School in Patton. 5:34 to go in the second. Tied at 7. Cambria Heights with the ball after the punt. And here's Mark Burdick with the play-by-play.
Media day they had at Cambria Heights. You and I checked out Luhu's.
Oh, yeah. We had
so
couple
good.
Slices, took them back to the station. And
well, one of you.
So good.
One of us took it back to the station. The other ate while you were driving.
I'll say I was driving. Didn't want to commit a felony.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line. Empty set. Weiland takes the shotgun snap, throws it out a little bit low, but hauled in by the Cambria Heights Highlanders receivers on the far side of the field. Troy Slavinsky on the tackle. And
I wonder if that was Tribus on the catch. It was Tribus. And they marked him out halfway between the sticks, so that'll bring up 2nd and 5. Didn't look like Weiland had a good handle of that ball, but he was able to get that pass off, and good on Tribus to get a couple extra yards on that.
Twins behind, split backs behind Weiland, and the handoff and good running room into Marion Center territory is Jackson Klein. On the stop, Josh Trout.
Nice 15-yard pickup by Klein, his biggest run of the game.
Down to the 38-yard line.
Crystal Wozniak on our Rena Digital TV live chat said Luhu's has the best pizza, or best food, actually.
Yeah, I'll vouch for that. I'll be out there later this year with Homer Center.
I think I know your dinner plans for that day, then.
No question. They might even deliver right to the booth. Weiland takes the snap, inside flip. That'll go as a pass to Marshall Eckenrode, but Marion Center stays home and defenses it nicely. Well-designed play, but credit the Stingers as they had a man in motion. I believe that was Nealon. They didn't toss it to him, and they instead, Weiland did basically a 180 and flipped it forward to Marshall Eckenrode, but Lakin Bailey stayed home and made that tackle.
That was a slick move by Weiland there. I think you should get him on the dance floor, maybe Dancing with the Stars, that little spin there.
2nd down and 8. Protector to the left of Weiland as he takes the shotgun snap. Steps up, going to throw deep down the middle, and it's caught by Nealon, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Actually, I think that's Tribus.
Is it Tribus?
Looks like it.
21, yes, you are right. Trey Tribus, his first touchdown reception of the season. And it's Cambria Heights back up on top, 13-7.
Again, just airing it out deep. That's exactly what happened. Trey Tribus taking a page out of Marshall Eckenrode's book, beating the secondary, beat 2 men in coverage, and was able just to walk right in to the end zone.
Extra point team out onto the field. Tristan Weekland, the long snapper. Stephen Nealon, the holder. Cameron Abrams, who's perfect this season. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. He's 9 for 9 in the PAT department. And the Cambria Heights Highlanders have the lead back with 4:15 left in the first half. Cambria Heights 14, Marion Center Stingers 7 on Renda Digital TV.
R4H, this is Ben.
R4H is here when you need us. R4H provides transportation 7 days a week, including holidays. We offer local and long-distance transportation for ambulatory clients, as well as those who require a wheelchair, gurney chair, or stretcher van. We provide transportation to medical appointments as well as social and holiday events. We take pride in providing quality care and professional services to all of our clients. Exciting news! R4H is now certified to provide CPR, first aid, and AED classes to our local community. Due to our rapid growth and increasing need for our services, R4H is looking to expand our team. If you are interested in joining our team as a driver, apply online at rider4h.com or scan the QR code located at the bottom of this ad. Full-time, part-time, and casual positions are available in many locations. R4H Medical Transportation is an equal opportunity employer.
As always, because of you, we are R4H.
Auto Sales tonight, 3 plays, 58 yards, took 1 minute and 20 seconds. And Abrams has it teed up, approaches the football, end over end kick. Going to be taken at the 19-yard line by the Marion Center Stingers freshman Troy Slavinsky. And he's up near the 30-yard line, tackled by Marshall Eckenrode. Boy, Marshall's having himself a night here early going.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, now Marion Center, they have the chance to really work with the clock. 4:07 left to go in the first half. They can strike back, get a touchdown before halftime. We're going to have an even contest in the second half, and that's exactly what you want. You want to keep the zen balance between both teams. Marion Center, a good job last time out, able to put some points on the board, but they really need to motor down the field here. And the biggest thing, Marion Center only has 2 timeouts, whereas Cambria Heights has 3. A few chances to stop the clock.
And Rising going to throw out in the flat, and it's caught. Positive yardage from the 30 to about the 37 to Drew Runk. Marshall Eckenrode one more time on the tackle.
A nice little simple out route. Able to hook up with Drew Runk for his second reception of the game. Now 11 yards through the air. We'll take a look at Cam Rising. He's attempted 15 passes so far. He's completed most of them.
Second down and a deuce. Bad snap. Rising picks it up, and he's met by Garrett Jasper and sacked back inside the 30 at the 27-yard line. So they'll be behind the chains on third down. Timeout situation. Cambria Heights. Are they posted on the scoreboard, Jake? I'm
yes,
looking around
right beside the scores.
Yep, and they have all 3 of theirs remaining. 3:35, clock moving here, 14-7 Highlanders.
For Marion Center, that's the last thing you wanted. You did not want to lose that much yardage. But again, Cambria Heights, they react accordingly.
Third down and long, screen pass to Ty Phillips, 30, 35, makes a good move, has a first down, and he's over the 45-yard line. Outstanding execution on the middle screen to Ty Phillips.
Nice 21-yard reception, and normally in that sort of circumstance, you're just trying to eat up as much yardage as possible. I'm actually going to mark it as a 20-yard reception, but either way, normally you see a screen play on third and long. Might not end up the way the Stingers wanted it, but at that time, good blocking, good location, and Phillips able to take it past the sticks and near midfield.
Nolan Clausen, freshman safety, made that tackle. Rising, dancing around, in trouble. Down he goes. He's sacked again by the Highlanders. Luke Mulroney busting through, and he had some help. So back to the 40-yard line. They're going to be faced with second down and 18.
And that was just a collapse by the offensive line for Marion Center, especially on that right side. Rising tried working around the pocket, noticed that the pocket was collapsing quickly, and he was essentially stuck in no man's land.
Second down, long for Marion Center. Phillips in the backfield. They have a wingman to the right, twin receivers up top, and Rising going to throw that bubble screen again. And with it is McCoy. McCoy up near midfield and into Heights territory, where he's forced out of bounds into the Cambria Heights bench. Stephen Nealon on the stop for the Stingers. Third down and short.
13-yard reception sets up 3rd and 6.
2:01 remaining here in the half. Clock stopped.
If I'm Marion Center, I just stick with that bread and butter short yardage passing situation. How many times has it worked tonight in their favor? And they just so close to midfield. Well, they actually passed it. Now they're in Highlander territory. They want to extend this drive.
From the 49 of the Highlanders, shotgun snap to Cam Rising, and his pass, diving catch. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. And it is McCoy. Stephen Nealon tabbed him down for good measure. And let's see, are they going to need the chains for a measurement?
Well, he needed 6, and it looks like they gave him 7. But again, from up here, yep, they're going to give it to him.
Down. So that's the second big third down pickup.
Am I right or am I left? I mean, that was another perfect short yardage pass. Noah McCoy on the comeback, able to dive for it, just beyond the sticks.
From the 41.
If I keep this up, I might have to be an OC.
That's right. Rising, throwing on the run, and it's deflected away by that freshman Nolan Clausen.
Clausen had a good read on that pass, and Rising, I think he just telegraphed it at a half second too much. That allowed Clausen to make that move and almost strip that ball away. If I'm Rising, I'm thinking my lucky stars that was not picked off.
Second down and 10. Clock says 1:35 left in this first half. 14-7 as you see it on your screen.
Cambria Heights will get the ball back in the third quarter, so Marion Center, this is their time to strike.
Drew Runk, wing to the left. Two receivers at the top of your screen. There we go again. This one, oh boy, I thought that was going to be picked by Marshall Eckenrode. And it's incomplete. Plosnock, the intended receiver, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
A good job by Eckenrode to be ready for that screen pass out to the right. And again, a very, very close play, almost intercepted. I've seen a lot of those so far this first half on Marion Center's offense.
Rising, shotgun snap, middle screen again. This time they smother it. Big play by Bryce Lewis, the coach's son. And Ty Phillips had no chance, and timeout called on the field with 1:19 remaining. Cambria Heights going to get the ball back, and they're not done offensively yet. At least they don't think so. We'll take a 30-second break, come back to Molino Stadium. Home opener for the Stingers here tonight at Cambria Heights, leading 14-7. Back after this.
S&T apart from other financial.
Back with you, Jake. They maybe one too many screen passes for the Stingers.
Yeah, it's almost become pretty expected from them, and I know I've been vouching for them to do it more, but you got to break it up at some point. And now they're lost at 2. And again, when you talk about late goings in the second quarter, Cam Rising, that's the time for him to step up and maybe try to work some magic, try to keep that clock rolling. And now they're forced to punt it away in Cambria Heights. We know Weiland's got the arm, so he might bomb one down the field to try to get another touchdown before half.
Lone return man for Cambria Heights. And it's taken at the 12-yard line, coming to the 20 and to the 25-yard line. That is Trey Tribus on the return. 34-yard punt. They start at the 25-yard line after about a 10-yard return. Lakin Bailey on that tackle on punt coverage.
So a minute 11 left. Limited time for Cambria Heights, each team with 2 timeouts.
You know, let's see if the Highlanders are content with the 7-point advantage, knowing they'll get the ball back, as you said.
I definitely think they're going to try to add one more, but I feel like there's also a bit of contentment there, not in a bad way, but again, they have the lead one way or another, and that's the big thing for them right now.
1st and 10, play action. Lots of time now. Pressure coming, throwing deep downfield into double coverage, and Tribus has it. An interception right in front of him. That is Plosnock, I believe, or McCoy. Let's see.
That's McCoy, I believe.
McCoy has that interception. Yes.
Yeah, that was a simple streak pattern, looking for Tribus down the sideline. McCoy read that one perfectly, and I mean, what a good job trying to keep his distance, not forcing a pass interference, even a defensive holding, measuring it up perfectly and just ripping it down near the sideline for that INT.
Cornerback Noah McCoy. Second interception for the Stingers. So now they have an opportunity with still time left in this first half, 1:02.
They need to make the most of this. Remember, earlier in this quarter, they took advantage of a Cambria Heights fumble, and then they trekked down the field for a touchdown. They capitalized on one mistake. Now they need to do it again. Looking at the stats, Trent Slavinsky and Noah McCoy each with an interception for Marion Center.
1st and 10. Stingers split backs behind Cam Rising. And Cam looking, fires over the middle. Plosnock takes it. Nice collision there. And it was Trey Tribus delivering a big blow. 5-yard gain. Clock continues to roll.
Marion Center, they got to work this up just a little bit more. 44 seconds and counting. Chains did not move.
2nd down and 5. Cam deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Deflected by Jackson Klein.
Again, silver lining. Stops the clock. 28 seconds, a little over that. So now what do you do here? Probably expecting the short yardage pass. Maybe try to get something toward the middle of the field. I feel like Cambria Heights, they're expecting either a short yardage pass or somebody to streak down the sidelines. That could definitely open up the middle of the field, at least for a sizable gain.
Plosnock at the top of your screen. They go empty. Carter Knox, the center. Shotgun snap. Rising's just going to keep it, and Rising, a strong player, but Cam is going to be stopped after a gain of a yard or two as he met stiff resistance by Tristan Weekland. 5'9", 230-pound senior. And it's going to be 4th down and short.
Yeah, about 2, I would say.
And 16 seconds left. Timeout called.
Yeah, I think that play was just called to get some more time off the clock. Now it's 16 seconds, and now, without a doubt, Marion Center is going to have to punt this one away. If Cam Rising can get this deep in Cambria Heights territory, I would expect the Highlanders maybe just take a knee into the half.
Highlanders called the timeout. Keep it right here. We want to thank our presenting sponsors again, Griffith Auto Sales and SeaWorld Satellites. I got it. Next week, Cambria Heights Highlanders will be back at home. Conemaugh Valley will be the opponent. The Blue Jays are 0-3. Marion Center Stingers will be at home hosting the other Conemaugh Township. They're off to a good start after an 0-for season last year under Brandon Studer. You were there a couple of weeks ago at Township against River Valley, and that was their lone loss. So they are turning things around, and they had a great junior high program last year, and coach's son, Grayson Studer's coming up, and he's a freshman. Probably be hearing from him in the future.
Well, Grayson appeared in the game against River Valley more in the second half, and I'll tell you what, I was very impressed with how he commanded the offense. For a freshman, very, very bright future ahead for him.
Rising will punt. Scoreboard clock, 19 seconds left in this half.
Well, some movement up front by Cambria Heights.
If that's on the Highlanders, that'll be a 1st down for the Stingers.
Looks like it.
Officials will confer. The weather changed, didn't it? It's like a fall night tonight.
Yeah, this is perfect football weather, and we started with a little over 60 degrees. Now we're down to just 55 in Marion Center, according to AccuWeather. Trust me, I'm not complaining, though.
No, we like it. Offside, Cambria Heights, so that changes the dynamic in the final seconds of this half.
Marion Center still with their 2 timeouts on the board.
All of the scoring in this second quarter after a scoreless first. And some fan yells, "That's terrible." It's unlike fans to be unhappy with officials.
Maybe the cold weather got to them. I don't know, just speculating.
From the 47-yard line, Cam Rising looking, going to throw deep for McCoy, and it's double coverage and incomplete. Not a bad thought in the waning seconds, and even if it's picked, Heights will be deep in their own territory.
Yeah, good selection there, just a little overthrown. Seen that a couple of times tonight, not just from Rising, but from both he and Weiland. And again, we knew coming into this game that both of them have strong arms and can really throw the ball. It's just finding that placement early on has been a little bit of a struggle for both of them.
Troy Slavinsky, the freshman, checks out of the lineup.
How about this? Cam Rising here in this first half has attempted 24 passes. I think that's the most I've ever witnessed in person.
Considering he attempted 21 coming into the game through the first 2 weeks. Handoff to Phillips, and Phillips will be stopped as he approaches midfield, and that will be the final play of the first quarter as Garrett Jasper had his hands around Phillips, and the teams will head to the team rooms here at Molino Stadium. They have a great area for the home team and the visiting team. And the first half is over. There were mistakes on both sides. We did have 3 touchdowns all in the second quarter, 2 of them belonging to the Cambria Heights Highlanders. And as a result, they take the lead into the locker room at halftime, 14-7. We'll come back on our Lou-Hoo's halftime report. Where's our pizza? Where's our pasta?
Well, it's in Patton. We just didn't go get it.
We're going to have to, well, I will be out there later this year, as we talked about earlier. So we do appreciate their support of tonight's broadcast, because without our sponsors, we aren't here doing this sports special on Renda Digital TV. Our score at the break, you see the scoreboard. Visitor, that's Cambria Heights 14 and the Marion Center Stingers 7. Our Lou-Hoo's halftime report kicks off after this on Renda Digital TV.
We are R4H.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
Hi, my name is Zachary, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new bus drivers.
That's right. Smith Bus Company is hiring positions for full and part-time drivers and driver's assistants. They provide transportation for 6 area school districts, and they're proud of the work they do. Apply now at smithbusco.com, equal opportunity employer.
Is your dog in need of expert training? Mossberg's Manners Dog Training provides top-notch care with Connie Nagy, a CPDT, KSA, and CSAT certified trainer. Services include basic and advanced obedience, behavioral modification, separation anxiety training, and specialized service dog training for cardiac alert, asthma, seizures, and more. Fear aggression training and canine good citizen preparation are also available. For expert dog training, contact Connie at 412-592-4026. Mossberg's Manners, where good dogs become great.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
With Jake Slobotnik, Mark Burdig welcoming you back to Molino Stadium. Battle of these 2-2-0 teams. Saturday Night Lights here tonight. Why was this game changed to Saturday? In case you don't know, there is a shortage of officials at times and too many games to go around, and this happened to be the case where they just couldn't get a crew to do this game on its regularly scheduled night. Last night, the Penns Manor Homer Center game at Pat Corrigan Field was also in jeopardy right up until about a week before that matchup, and they were able to get a crew, I believe, from District 9 to come down and do that game. And here in a couple of weeks, Penns Manor is in a similar situation where they're scrambling to find a crew. So that's the state of affairs. There are some new officials working, but of course, many of these officials are getting older and they have to retire from doing games, and so it's a problem everywhere, not just in District 6. It's one of the reasons in the WPIAL, Jake, that there are games on Thursday nights and sometimes Saturdays. So that's where we're at as we welcome you to our Lou-Hoo's Pizza and Pasta halftime report.
Yeah, and that's just the state of affairs at high school athletics, not just in the PIAA but everywhere. There's a shortage of officials, as you said, and they recruit all the time, year-round, and the interest just isn't there. And I've spoken with some folks that have considered being an official, whether it's in football, an umpire in baseball, or even in basketball, and they've given me different reasons as to why they've chosen not to be an official. And I mean, whether you deal with fans or parents or coaches or what have you, there's still a big need for them. So if you're considering it, even on the fence, apply today, get certified, and become an official no matter where you are, because they are in dire need. As Mark said, a lot of them are aging out. I forget if it was your game last night or Todd's. I was listening to on my way back from River Valley, and I heard that there were a couple who actually were dealing with cramping. I don't know if it was hamstrings or what, but they had to be troopers and just continue pushing through. They were up there in age, and they were cramping more easily, but there's nothing they could do about it. So, again, you have interest, be an official.
And the other factor is, I'll use an analogy that Mark Cuban made of Bob Nutting. If you were to stand in Market Square and get yelled at by the city of Pittsburgh every day that you're standing there for $25 million a year, you'd probably do it. Well, that's not the case with the officials. They're not making $25 million a year like Bob.
No.
So they're making $85, $90, I suppose, and they do get yelled at a lot, and many times undeservedly so, because they, like the players and coaches, are doing the best they can.
Yeah, I think it's just something that we all as spectators and media personalities sort of just need to step back and realize is like, hey, they're humans too. They're out here. They might make some mistakes, but you just got to roll with it. You can't expect them to be perfect every single game, let alone one game. I mean, they're going to have mistakes, and again, they're just human. You got to just roll with it.
One of my favorites, great guy last week, he did the Homer Center game at Memorial Field, Lou Izotic, 55th year of officiating.
My
and
goodness.
He's thinking, I think maybe his wife is prodding him, maybe time to retire, but I think he loves doing it so much that maybe we'll see a 56. But we kind of focused on him a couple of times last week, and we congratulate him for his service to all of the student athletes throughout the many years. Jake, before we get to our first half recap, I know I took a little mid-afternoon nap. I was disgusted with Pitt's performance. They were on WCCS earlier today. They were down 17-3, and they kicked a field goal late in the half, and I said, the heck with it. I'm going to go to take a nap, especially when Joe Royer caught a touchdown pass to make it 24-6 early in the third. I said, click. And then I woke up and found out that Pitt came back and won.
So, in essence, your nap saved Pitt's game today. Now they moved to 2-0.
Well, our Travis Williams, one of our managers in the business department, always says that I'm the kiss of death for certain teams, including Pitt. So he said the reason they won was I shut it off and took a nap.
And you told me that as soon as that happened, because I had texted you earlier in the afternoon, too, and you're like, I think I should nap more often.
Well, you said I slept on Pitt.
Oh, yeah, I said that takes the whole meeting sleeping on Pitt to a whole new level, but at least your way is trying to help them. I was, I had started watching it. They fell behind early, and like you, I said, click, and then I tuned in right at the end. So I don't think I'm a fair weather fan. I think I'm a true fan.
Speaking of fair weather, it's raining here, unless my eyes are deceiving me.
Nope, I see it on the window.
So let's see if we can pick up, before we get to the recap, a little bit of this Cambria Heights Highlanders marching band. Cambria Heights Highlanders marching band on our Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta halftime report. And we'll come back with the first half recap. When we return, we'll try to pick up a little bit of the Marion Center Stingers marching band for you as well. Right here, it's 14-7. Cambria Heights over the Stingers of Marion Center, and you're watching it on Renda Digital TV.
The place for clean, quality, reliable, and affordable trucks is Hometown Auto Sales. Since 1994, Hometown Auto Sales has been serving Indiana County with integrity, honesty, and an impeccable reputation. All trucks are affordably priced with a 4,500-mile, 3-month warranty. Best of Indiana County Silver Winner in 2022 and 23, and Gold Medal Winner in 2024 for Best Used Auto Dealer. Hometown Auto Sales, Route 286, 4 miles west of Indiana.
The Rembrandt Club, a proud sponsor of Cambria Heights Athletics, wishes the Highlanders the best of luck tonight and this season. The Rembrandt Club has a long tradition of supporting the Cambria Heights School District, student athletes, cheerleading, and band organizations. The club says mark your calendars for November 27th. It's the club's annual bear hunt. Hunters can register for free. Food, prizes, and fun for all. Find more information on Facebook. Good luck, CH, from everyone at the Rembrandt Club.
Why choose Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta for your go-to game day meal? How about their fresh hand-tossed pizzas made every day? Not only that, but they offer delicious pasta, wings, and strombolis. They also support the local community, including the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Go Highlanders!
So don't be a game day Grinch. Call Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta, 212 McGee Avenue in Patton. Open daily from 11 to 10, takeout and delivery only.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
With you at Molino Stadium 14-7 as we welcome you back to our Lou Who's Pizza and Pasta halftime report. Thank you, everybody at Lou Who's. We enjoyed stopping there during media day, and we'll be back, and we hope you support them as well. You know, last night, Jake, it was kind of a touching night at Penns Manor's Pat Corrigan Field because they were raising money for the Cure Mito Foundation, and young Xander Marshall, who lives in that Penns Manor School District area, his parents, Patrick and Jenna, 3-year-old, suffering from the syndrome, Lee syndrome, since May of 2023. And last night, we even had a QR code on our screen to help raise money for the Cure Mito Foundation. And I just got a text from Amber Lockhart. Homer Center's coaches had green Cure Mito shirts on, and many people in the stands did. And their total after last night's green out was $5,274.62. They also raised an additional $722 at a volleyball game on Thursday. So the grand total, $5,996. Thanks again for sharing Xander's story. And Amber, it was our pleasure. We will continue to share it. Our thoughts and prayers. No 3-year-old should go through what that young man is going through, and our hearts and prayers and love go out to Xander and his family.
Yeah, and I was listening to your post-game show last night with Coach Greg Page, and the one thing that really caught my attention is, you know, no matter what the score was of that game, everybody came out to support a great cause, and Coach Page knew that. And I know he, as you said, wore the green shirt. If you go back on our Renda Digital TV archive and look at last night's Homer Center Penns Manor game, you'll see him wearing that. And that's really what it's all about, because Coach Page even said it. No 3-year-old should have to worry about something like this. They should be out playing, enjoying their life, and just have a constant smile on his face. But I know we've had Xander and his family on Indiana in the Morning a couple of times. One thing I've noticed, Xander always has a smile on his face, and he's persevering. And Xander, you're watching along with your family. We're with you every step of the way, and I'm glad that we were able to raise nearly $6,000. Well, at least they were for the Kier Mito Foundation. That just shows what the Indiana County community can do when they come together to support something like that.
We're going to pick up a little bit of the Marion Center band in a moment, but let me give you the first half recap. We had a scoreless first quarter, and Marion Center had forced a fumble at the 11-yard line as Cambria Heights was driving, and Isaac Besa recovered it, and Marion Center moved the football, but on a 4th down and 11 pass in Cambria Heights territory at the 15-yard line, Phillips was stopped short, and that was the best opportunity. 65-yard punt from Garrett Jasper kind of flipped the field for Cambria Heights, and a Ty Phillips fumble was recovered by Jasper, and it set up the first score of the game as we went into the second quarter. They were at Marion Center's 25-yard line, and on the first play of the second, quarterback Isaac Weiland found Marshall Eckenrode on a 25-yard slant pattern, and the skinny post, and Cameron Abrams' extra point was good, and it was 7-0 at the 11:54 mark of the second quarter. Marion Center came right back. A near interception deflected into the hands of Troy Slavinsky. The freshman scooted down the right sideline, 55 yards, and 2 plays later from a yard out, Ty Phillips pulled Marion Center within a point. Brady Haggerty's extra point made it 7-7 at the 10:03 mark, a 4-play, 56-yard drive that took a minute and 49 seconds. Cambria Heights' next possession, they turned it over, interception. Troy Slavinsky, the freshman, picked off the pass at the Marion Center 3-yard line. They went 3 and out, and on the punt, there was a block in the back, so it did set Cambria Heights back into their own territory at the 42-yard line, but it didn't deter them. A couple of passes to Trey Tribus, the second one covering 37 yards and a touchdown, and Abrams' second extra point made it 14-7 at the 4:14 mark, a 3-play, 58-yard drive that took 1 minute and 20 seconds. And that was it for the scoring in the first half. Cambria Heights leading 14-7, trying to improve to 3-0 and join the Penns Manor Comets and Northern Cambria Colts as the remaining unbeatens in the Heritage Conference. Let's go downstairs. Our camera from right outside the press box being operated by Colton Shields. Pick up some of the Marion Center High School Marching Band. Sounds from both bands, the Cambria Heights Highlanders and the Marion Center Stingers marching bands. When we come back on our Lou-Hoo's Pizza and Pasta halftime report, Jake will check the stats. Lots of passing on the Marion Center side. You'll hear about it when we return. Lou-Hoo's Pizza and Pasta in Patton. Check them out. Coming back with more 14-7 Highlanders over the Stingers on Renda Digital TV.
Goodbye to endless store hops. Innovations of Home, located on Route 119, Marion Center, is your one-stop shop for everything.
Sporting goods to modern hardware, they've got it all. Even that elusive size window for your home energy project.
Mr. Do-It-Yourself? More like get it done with Innovations of Home.
Unleash your inner remodeler. Stop in or visit InHomePA.com. Your comfort, their commitment, your imagination, their inventory. Innovations of Home in Marion Center. You know, the place that has everything.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Back with you at Molino Stadium, 14-7. Highlanders with the lead, and they are just about ready to come back to their sideline. Marion Center We'll be right behind them. Jake, what about a look at the first half stats on the Luhu's Pizza and Pasta halftime show?
Well, let's start with the visiting Cambria Heights Highlanders. Quarterback Isaac Weiland, 5 of 8 passing, 92 yards and a pair of touchdowns, but also has 2 interceptions to go with it. Rushing-wise, leading the way is Jackson Klein with 40 yards on 6 carries. Following him, Stephen Nealon with 7 yards on 3 carries. Marshall Eckenrode, 5 yards on his lone carry. Garrett Jasper, 4 yards, and Luke Mulroney, 6 yards, all on 1 carry. Receiving-wise, Marshall Eckenrode leads that column, 51 yards on 3 catches, also with a touchdown to his credit. Trey Tribus, 2 receptions for 42 yards and a touchdown. Stephen Nealon, 5 yards on the lone reception for him on the day. Defensively, Garrett Jasper and Luke Mulroney each with a sack for Cambria Heights. Now for Marion Center, Cam Rising. He's thrown the ball a lot today. He is 15 of 24 passing with 190 yards, no touchdowns, but he's been able to get some nice yardage on some pretty short gains. Leading the receiving category for Marion Center is Troy Slavinsky. He's holding 2 catches, one for 55 yards, the other for 30 yards, gives him 85 on the game. Noah McCoy, 5 catches for 53 yards. Mason Plosnock has 19 yards on 3 catches. Drew Runk has hauled in 1 pass for 3 yards. And Tyler Phillips, 2 receptions, 1 for 2 yards, or 20 yards, and 1 for -1 yard. Leading the rushing attack for Marion Center, Cam Rising, 7 rushes for 19 yards, 4 rushes, 4 yards, and a touchdown for Tyler Phillips. Cam Rising, I already went over that, 11 yards for Mason Plosnock on 2 carries, and 11 yards on 2 carries as well for Drew Runk. And on defense, Trent Slavinsky, Noah McCoy, each with an interception for Marion Center. All yardage so far. Cambria Heights only 154 yards on offense, but that's because they've had some great field position most of the time. Marion Center, 235 yards of offense, a good chunk of them coming from the passing game. As we said, Cam Rising with 190 yards. And that's a look at the first half stats, Mark.
Was that total yardage, Jake, as I climb back into the booth? Cambria Heights, you had total...
Cambria Heights, I had 154 yards, and Marion Center, 235.
All right. Ducked out on you there for a second. I was placing my order at Luhu's Pizza and Pasta.
All right.
Hey, you had some reaction, social media reaction, and you can encourage fans to message us in the booth, right?
Yep, there's been a lot of just talk about the game in general. Wanda Slade says, "Thank you, Renda TV. I love being able to watch games live." And somebody named Bitter says, "No problem, Wanda. Glad we can do it for you." I'm not sure who that Bitter is, but I can guarantee you they do not work for us. So,
yeah,
that's a little concerning. But, yeah, the messages have been a little mixed, but a lot of good, not a lot of bad. So that's the good thing. And if you still want to send in a well-wish, or if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Just open up the live chat feature on the Renda Digital TV live stream and say, "We're watching from..." wherever it's Marion Center, Indiana, Blairsville, surrounding county. You can type it in right there, or even if you want to send a player a good luck message. They said, "Hey, I do work for you." Well, with the name Bitter, I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
And I don't think they're on our payroll.
It's not my alias, I can tell you that.
It's not mine either, because why would I argue with myself? Although I seem to do that
Sometimes
quite...
we do that, right?
I do that quite often, but not right now.
Well,
yeah, it's been that kind of night. But on the field, I mean, 14-7. I don't know. But I mean, I don't think we're that surprised that it's this close at the end of 2 quarters.
No, that's what we expected. That's what you would hope for with 2-2-0 teams. I don't know that head coach Jared Lewis would be happy with the turnovers, and of course, Coach Adam Rising not happy with what they had 1 turnover.
Marion Center, they had, 1 fumble.
And
Cambria Heights had
a fumble and 2 interceptions.
3 turnovers total.
Yeah, so Coach Lewis, I know, takes pride in that turnover ratio, as all coaches do. And it's one thing I did notice in prepping for this game, that they were just even in the giveaway takeaway department. First 2 games, they had forced 2 turnovers and been on the receiving end, or they've given it away a couple of times too. Ball falls off the tee. Rain has lightened here. Wasn't super heavy, but I don't think anybody was expecting it because I really didn't see any umbrellas even along the fence lines. So the rain kind of caught everybody. There he is. We thought you went to Luhu's Pizza and Pasta. It was good. Marion Center kicking off. It is Joshua Traup. It's a short kick taken at the 24-yard line and returning the football for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. Tribus. Mason Plosnock on the tackle on kick coverage, and Cambria Heights will start this drive at their own 42-yard line.
Big thing for Cambria Heights here, you got to come out and attack early on. Already ahead by a touchdown, but you want to create that 2-score separation, maybe make it a little easier for you. But if you're Marion Center, you got to force a turnover here. Yeah, you can make a stop, but get that momentum on your side early in the second half.
Tight formation and a flag, and I think they jumped the gun on the right side, and that will back them up right away, 5 yards. Yet the illegal procedure on the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Maybe a little too antsy coming out of the half. That's something I always think about. You know, what's that halftime break do to a team? Sometimes it can do things for the better. Sometimes gets you a little antsy because you want to play. You want to keep playing. Obviously, it's a nice break.
Trey Tribus, wide wing left. They go split backs, and now Tribus in motion behind the formation, but they give it up the middle to Klein. And Klein back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe +1 to the 42-yard line or so.
Yeah, nice little 6-yard carry for him. And again, Jackson Klein, bread and butter is just those short yardage gains, and that's exactly what he did. Went right with his blockers, was able to get back to the original line. They gave him 6.
Lakin Bailey on the tackle for the Marion Center Stingers defensive end. Again, split backs behind Weiland. Sends a man, Tribus, in motion behind the formation. Turns, hands it off again, and running. Big hole off the left side. That is Jackson Klein. And he barrels his way into Stinger territory down to the 43-yard line before he's stopped by the freshman, Troy Slavinsky.
Second biggest rush of the game for him, 13 yards.
So 1st and 10. Cambria Heights trying to create some distance in this football game. It's just a 7-point lead. Klein lines up tight formation again. Tribus in motion behind the formation left to right, and they hand it off. Little jump cut move as a flag flies, and this 5 or 6 yard gain might be wiped out on a hold.
Yeah, something like that. It's always going to be either holding or maybe an illegal block, hands to the face maybe. But more often than not, that's going to go against the offense.
Mason Plosnock stopped them, and the official on the press box side of the field signals holding. Our sideline camera, Chris Yonner, Northern Cambria grad. His Colts are 3-0.
And speaking of the Colts, we got David Morgan watching from Northern Cambria. Also says go Colts.
Welcome, David. Thank you for watching here tonight. Coal Bowl will be video streamed in a couple of weeks from Duffy Dougherty Stadium.
It's always a fun time with that. I was there at the playoff game with you last year, and boy, it was a slugfest between Cambria Heights and Northern.
1st and 20 after that penalty. Weiland, wide receiver screen to Eckenrode. Eckenrode to the 50, to the 47, dragged down by the freshman again, Troy Slavinsky. That young man's a good football player.
I mean, how many times have you said his name tonight and might have an injury on the field?
It's on the Marion Center sideline. I don't see anybody down, but we're shielded by the players. So let's see. Don't have a shot now. I see our sideline cameraman, Chris Yonner. And I don't think anybody's injured. Just I think, I see Marshall Eckenrode walking off the field slowly.
Oh, wow. Well, that's the thing. He's walking off. Doesn't seem too phased. Might have just had the wind knocked out of him. Weiland completed that pass for 6 yards to Eckenrode on the nice little screen.
2nd down and 13. So they pick up 7. Trips to the left. Motion man behind the formation. And Weiland going to throw, and it's deflected and intercepted. There's turnover number 4 on the Highlanders. As intercepting that football, the Marion Center Stingers.
Is that Trent Slavinsky again?
No, I think it's Noah McCoy, and it is Noah McCoy.
Okay. So his second interception for Noah McCoy. There is a flag on the play. It was thrown on the offensive side as the play was underway, so this might go against Cambria Heights, might stand as an interception.
Return of about 15 yards. Yep, it is against Heights. And
illegal shift, it looks like, and that's going to be declined. Marion Center ball. Okay, so they must have been listening to me when I said you got to create a turnover first and foremost coming out of the half. Now they got to capitalize on it. They already did once today. So now let's see if Marion Center, with just under 10 minutes to go in the third, can put some points on the board and tie this one.
9:59 left. Stingers have it at their own 45-yard line.
And I got to really credit the Marion Center defense today. They've really read the ball well out of Weiland's hands. They've only given up a couple big yardage passes, but to intercept them 3 times, that's hard to do against this type of team in Cambria Heights.
Rising, Cam throws out in the flat, has Drew Runk. Runk dragged down by Eckenrode, who's back in there for the Cambria Heights Highlanders, so that's good news to see that outstanding senior come back. Gain of about 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6. 4 turnovers on Cambria Heights. So I said they were just even in the giveaway takeaway department. Now they're a -3.
Oh, wow. The Marion Center, they've had their chances all game long. That's definitely true.
Well, you like to capitalize on the turnover.
Yeah, they need to keep doing that.
Rising. He's been a throwing machine here tonight, and he completes another one for a first down. They keep the clock moving. Noah McCoy caught the pass. He was tackled immediately by Trey Tribus, but well-thrown ball by Rising. I mentioned he was 12 of 21, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for 212 yards entering tonight's action. And how many passes did he throw in the first half?
23, and now he's up to 25. My goodness. And I'll tell you what, McCoy set that up perfectly on the curl route, planted his foot right in the dirt, folded the man in the secondary, and was able to haul it in and get toward the sideline. That was just a play that was executed to perfection.
From the 42 of the Highlanders, shotgun snap, pump fake. Now he's in trouble, and he flips it out. Good presence in the pocket by Rising, and it's going to be a short gain, but he did well not to be sacked on that play. McCoy on the reception again, and Marshall Eckenrode yet another tackle.
Yeah, and again, Cambria Heights showed that blitz. I saw a couple outside linebackers come up. They were ready to go, and good job by Rising just to get that out of his hand. Who caught that again, Mark?
That was Noah McCoy again.
Nice little
second down and 7. I'm sorry, Jake.
I was going to say, just, that play could have been very disastrous, but the fact that they even got 3 yards out of that, let alone any positive yardage, that's a blessing in disguise.
Second down and 7. It's just one pass after another. He throws on the run, and it's caught. And a first down inside the 30. And Drew Runk wanted a face mask, I think, but no call. Carson Lobick made the tackle, the junior free safety, and it's another first down for the Stingers. Is there a flag down?
I'm thinking there is at the 25. I can't tell if that's a flag.
Oh, yeah, that is a flag. Yep.
Okay.
Good view on our sideline camera. And penalty declined.
Oh, defensive holding. So they'll move. Is that from the 40 to the 28? So a nice 12-yard reception.
Drew Runk getting involved in the passing game. So Marion Center evidently thinking against this defensive front that allows only 59 yards rushing. Maybe they couldn't run, and they're passing and having success. Throwing deep, this one could be picked. It's deflected, and it's incomplete. Into double coverage. Good job defensively by Carson Lobick. And Marion Center dodges a bullet there, the intended receiver, Drew Runk.
Yeah, it seemed right out of the hands of Rising. That was how that play was designed for Runk. Just a little overthrown, and he's lucky that those Highlanders ran into each other, because that could have been very, very disastrous.
So it'll be second down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Rain has stopped.
I will say that is something I've noticed about Rising throughout the game. He's trying to get the ball out of his hands early, which benefits you in certain times, but there have been a lot of close calls for him tonight.
They go double tights, and Rising keeps it on the quarterback draw, and good Cambria Heights defense limits him to a gain of a couple to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I like that, just trying to get some yardage as much as possible, keep that clock rolling.
Right tackle Braylon Ridbaum made the stop. So it's 3rd down and 8. Football right in the center of the football field, as you can see. Twin receivers left and right. They check those wristbands. Sidecar just to the left, and behind him is Phillips, and it's a quarterback draw again. Flag flies. He's going to keep it near sideline 25 and powers his way out of bounds to the 21, where he's met by the Cambria Heights Highlanders, Dawson Warner and Trey Tribus.
Yeah, but I'd say I think that ball's coming back. I think they're going to get one of the offensive linemen from Marion Center with holding.
Just shy of the first down. He needed to get just inside the 20. He got to about the 20 and a half, but I think you're right, Jake, and it is a hold on Marion Center, so that'll negate the fine effort by Cam Rising.
Well, if you think about it, this could benefit Marion Center. Now they get one more opportunity at that 3rd down, give them an extra couple of downs. You always got to try to find the silver lining with something like that. Yeah, it's holding. You don't like to see that if you're a Stinger, but got to look at the positives on this now. 3rd and long to go.
About 17 yards to go. Maybe 18 from the 37-yard line of Cambria Heights. All the scoring in this football game came in the second quarter. Play signaled in from the sideline, and everybody checks those wristbands. Twin receivers left and right, little look to the right, and he throws left, and it's incomplete, intended for McCoy. And good coverage by the Stingers, Eckenrode. So now it'll be 4th down.
Very risky pass to Runk, and a little surprised to see them go on more of the inside route underneath, trying to get Runk. But again, I think they're just trying to get as much yardage as possible.
I was going to say, might not be a bad idea to punt and force them to start, inside the 10, and that's exactly what head coach Adam Rising is going to do.
Yep, Cam Rising's coming out, trying to boot this one away. He can just get enough backspin, keep that one out of the end zone.
Averages 33 per punt early in this season. And the kick is too deep, I think. Yep, hits right at the goal line and into the end zone. So as a result, they're only going to gain a net of about 16 yards, as Cambria Heights will start at their own 20-yard line with 6:26 remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think a punt like that, you just got to try to get the nose of the football a little bit more down off your foot. Send that one toward the sky. And that's nothing against Rising. He's got a good leg on him, trying to get some distance, but not enough backspin, not enough air.
It's tough at the high school level when your quarterback is also your punter to get enough reps in to work and find the time to work on corner kicks and those types of things on special teams. There's the T formation again for Cambria Heights, and they give it up the middle for about 6 yards. And it was Marshall Eckenrode on the carry. Gain of about 6. Mason Plosnock on the tackle for the Marion Center Stingers. This game, we expected it to be tight, and we have a 14-7 Highlanders lead here midway through this 3rd quarter.
And we're starting to see Cambria Heights get a little bit more creative with who they're going to give the ball to. That was Eckenrode's 2nd carry of the game, but a nice chunk of yardage, able to set him up 2nd and short.
They give this time, and 1st down yardage for Eckenrode up to the 35-yard line. He'll gain 10. On the stop, Plosnick one more time. Actually, they put him down at the 33, so call it an 8-yard gain. 2 plays and a first for the Highlanders.
So I wonder if they're going to go back with the short yardage game in Klein here. They gave it to Eckenrode twice. Marion Center might be expecting that.
Mulraney goes tight end right. Again, T formation for Cambria Heights, and they give it to, they fake the dive, and with the football's Tribus, and Tribus is sorry that he has it because good swarming Marion Center defense, and it was Isaac Besa leading the way, and they'll be behind the chains, a loss of a yard. Well, they put it down right near the line of scrimmage, I guess, so call it no gain.
Got to go back to the Slavinskis real quick with Trent. He was able to slow down Tribus a little bit, allowing Besa and company to come up behind him and get him in the backfield for a loss. Actually, no gain.
They shift again. Mulroney, tight end right. T formation on 2nd down and 10. Sometimes they'll try to pop Jasper on a pass, but they hand it off, and not a lot going on for Marshall Eckenrode again. Gain of a yard to the 34-yard line, tackled by Drew Runk, 3rd down and 9. This Marion Center defense has been outstanding early in this football season. 3 points a game. They've given up 14 tonight, obviously, but 68 yards rushing, 67 passing, only 135 per game in those first 2 weeks of the season. 3rd down and 9, passing situation, and they go offset I, and now we have a timeout going to be called by the Cambria Heights Highlanders. We will take one with them. 4:01 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Score continues. Heights 14, Marion Center 7 on Renda Digital TV.
Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Standing the test of time, Griffith Auto Sales. For nearly 70 years, Griffith Auto Sales, family owned and operated, where you, the customer, deal directly with the owners. Built on value, service, honesty, and fairness, Griffith Auto Sales continues to provide customers with quality vehicles at exceptional prices. Take a look online at griffithautosales.com. Griffith Auto Sales, the right place for your next vehicle.
Big 3rd down play as we come back at you from Marion Center's Molino Stadium. 3rd down and 9 from the 34-yard line.
If I'm Cambria Heights, I try to get something moving down the field with a pass play. Looks like they're going to result to a little bit of trickery by switching things up at the line.
Mulroney, a protector for Isaac Weiland, takes the shotgun snap. Pressure breaks down, throws on the run, intercepted. There's the 5th turnover on Cambria Heights. Marion Center's Ty Phillips climbed the ladder as we look at the replay on our monitor in the booth. Protection started to break down. He rolled to his right, kind of threw off of his back foot, and it was intended for Marshall Eckenrode, and Marion Center's in business again. Cambria Heights has had it twice in this second half, and they've thrown 2 interceptions.
Yeah, last 2 passes by Weiland have gone for picks, and I'll tell you what, Marion Center's defense, they came prepared for this game. I know they're down right now 14-7, but when you force 4 interceptions against a team like Cambria Heights, you know your week in practice is really paying off. And the best part about this, they take over in Highlander territory.
At the 44-yard line, Plosnick in motion, and there's a fumble, and I think Rising was able to recover his own fumble.
Yeah, he recognized that right away and did a smart move just by falling on top of it.
Loses a few inches.
That's what I did on my hair the other day.
I noticed that. 3:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Marion Center trying to tie this game up, or they could theoretically take the lead with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 2nd down, almost 11, and a toss right. And coming with the football and running with authorities, Plosnick to the 35, to the 30. Or is that Slavinsky? Let's check it here.
That's
is Plosnick.
Plosnock, yeah.
Plosnock to the 25-yard line and a 1st down. A gain of about 18 yards on that play. On the tackle, Luke Mulroney.
Marion Center needed a run like that to get that momentum back on their side. Plosnick, and I mean, we've seen his speed throughout the entirety of the game. They're going to hurry up on offense here to try to catch Cambria Heights sleeping.
Lone setback.
Trying to go for the hard count to draw Cambria Heights off sides.
And they give up the middle. And good second effort by Marion Center.
I think that was Phillips on the carry.
It was.
Nice carry for about 3.
Ty Phillips entering tonight's action had carried 16 times for 56 yards and a touchdown. He had a 8-yard touchdown run at Portage for his touchdown this season, and he scored here tonight on a 1-yard run. He's the lone setback as Rising goes under center, and they toss it left to Plosnick. He's trying to get to the edge, and this time good effort by Cambria Heights as they string it out. And trying to pick up the number on that lineman that made a good, did a good job to kind of string it out, making the tackle. It was Marshall Eckenrode. I believe that was Tristan Weekland. Good play defensively. He didn't get credit for the tackle, but he did a good job to force Plosnick wider than he wanted to go.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Cambria Heights was ready for that. They saw Plosnick go in motion. They immediately adjusted, and they were able to limit him to no gain.
Phillips will be the lone setback. Marion Center takes their time as we churn under 2 minutes left in this third quarter. They have a third down, 7 to go from the 22-yard line, and now the Stingers are going to have to call a timeout. Our coverage tonight is being presented by Griffith Auto Sales, family owned and operated for 69 years, and by SeaWorld Satellites of Indiana. 1:47 to play in the third quarter. Marion Center threatening. They trail by 7.
Hey, sports fans in Elmora and beyond. This is a shout out from Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, your community hub for all things outdoors. Good luck to the Cambria Heights Highlanders football team this year. You've shown incredible dedication and skill on the field, and now it's time to take it to the next level. Highlanders, make Elmora proud. From your friends at Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, bring home that win. The Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, where community pride and sportsmanship come together. Go Highlanders!
Third down and 7 out of this timeout for Marion Center. An important play. They wanted to talk it over.
Yeah, 3rd and 7 coming up. You're deep in Cambria Heights territory, and you'd only trail by 1 score. You need to come up with something elusive here because it's been, and this is just my opinion, a little cookie cutter so far. It's either been an in-and-around pitch back to Plosnick or a short yardage pass. So they want to try to get something going that Cambria Heights hasn't seen yet or has rarely seen tonight.
3rd down and 7. They go wingman to the left. Phillips, the lone setback. They send Plosnick in motion. They fake the pitch and give it up the middle to Phillips, and that doesn't fool the Highlanders defense. He may get to the 20-yard line, and that's about all. Outstanding defense from the Highlanders, and it will set up 4th down and about 5 to go.
Yeah, I see what they tried doing there. They wanted to make sure that, they saw Plosnick go in motion, and that might open up a gap in the center of the offensive line. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Again, when you go up against a defense like Cambria Heights that's used to adjusting pretty quickly, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to fall for that. Would have liked to maybe see a pass play there, try to open something up a little bit more. But again, I get the reasoning for that.
Bryce Lewis on that stop. Big play here. Twins at the bottom of your screen and pump fake. And Rising has it stripped. And either way, even if, they did recover it, as coming out of the pack was the coach's son with that football, Bryce Lewis, but either way, it was going to be Cambria Heights ball because the 4th down play was going to come up well short, and we have immediate timeout on the field. We'll take a 60-second break with 57 ticks left on the third quarter clock. Our score remains 14-7 Cambria Heights. Back in a minute on Renda Digital TV.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Is your dog in need of expert training? Mossberg's Manners Dog Training provides top-notch care with Connie Nagy, a CPDT, KSA, and CSAT certified trainer. Services include basic and advanced obedience, behavioral modification, separation anxiety training, and specialized service dog training for cardiac alert, asthma, seizures, and more. Fear aggression training and canine good citizen preparation are also available. For expert dog training, contact Connie at 412-592-4026. Mossberg's Manners, where good dogs become great.
Back with you at Molino Stadium. 57 seconds left. Media timeout. Now the moon Little quarter moon across the way there, Jake. See that?
Yeah, I like this picturesque view. You know, being on top of this hill here, it brings us a nice little view of the field itself and the surrounding area. I like that moon view. Hey, we're getting a couple nice comments here on YouTube. David Morgan, watching from Northern Cambria, says, thank you for live high school football coverage on TV. And Katie Tyler says, Renda is doing an amazing job delivering top-notch digital video for our community. Thank you. We like hearing those.
See if Colton can get a shot of that moon, Colton. See that moon across the way?
The big ball of light in the sky?
Yeah.
At least it's not the sun.
There it is. There's the...
Look at that.
All right.
All right.
Good job. Our camera guys do a good job. Chris Yonner worked sideline last night with us at Penn's Manor. Less than a minute left. They go single setback, and it's a toss left for the Highlanders, and zigging and zagging for good running room up the left sideline to the 40 to the midfield, and a good run by Stephen Nealon. Josh Trout tackled him, but not before. He raced for about 28 yards. Let's see where they put it down.
They start at the 23, and
they're going to put it inside Cambria Heights territory. So
about 26 yards on that carry.
Exactly.
Nealon's big rush of the night. Hasn't touched the football since early in the second quarter. Finished that first half with 7 yards on 3 carries. Biggest run of the night, 26 yards.
Split backs now, the old T formation again as they go double tights. Old-time football here, and they give it up the middle to Eckenrode, and Eckenrode plows his way into Stinger territory for 6 yards to the 45. 35 seconds, clock moving on the tackle, Landon Cook of the Marion Center Stingers. They put it down just shy of the 45. We'll still call it a 6-yard gain. It'll be second down and about 4 to go.
Probably time for one more play before the quarter break.
Yeah, they are in no rush. Play clock 24 seconds, so they don't have to run another play if they don't want to. Now they're yelling, hurry, hurry, hurry. Sidecars left and right with a wingman to the right. Marion Center almost jumped, but no flag. Cambria Heights fans are calling for it, and now the clock ticks to zeros. That's the end of the third quarter. No scoring. A couple of Cambria Heights turnovers, but they will be driving and threatening when we start the fourth, leading 14-7. Our coverage being driven by Griffith Auto Sales and SeaWorld Satellites of Indiana. Back in a minute on Renda Digital TV.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So Good Patient Care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks in,
I'm speaking of Dish Network, a subscriber and have been for many years. They do a great job. Thank you, Ricky Miller and Dee Ober, for your support of high school athletics. Starting at the Stinger 45-yard line, T formation again for the Heights Highlanders. 5 turnovers for them tonight. And the handoff and first down yardage inside the 35, down to about the 34-yard line. It is Nealon again for the Highlanders, and he's coming to life, isn't he? Josh Trout on the tackle for Marion Center.
Yeah, his last 2 rushes have gone for double-digit yardage, 26 on his 4th carry, now 11 on his 5th carry of the night. And again, we're starting to see Cambria Heights. We've been seeing it throughout the majority of the second half, but they're starting to dive into the creative process in terms of who they divvy the ball up to. We've seen Marshall Eckenrode get an increase in carries. Jackson Klein has sort of seen a reduction in his carries. That's because Marion Center has done a good job adjusting to him.
From the 34-yard line, again, T formation. Receiver to the right boundary, the short side of the field, and they give it to Luke Mulraney up the middle and east to the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Good defense by Marion Center to close that off. Mason Plosnock on the tackle, but it is a gain of 5, first down win for Cambria Heights.
And now that we're in the fourth quarter, all Cambria Heights really has to do is just waste the time as much as possible. Obviously, they're looking to get another score, create that cushion, but every time you enter the fourth quarter in a winning team, goal is just to wind down that clock to triple zeros.
Toss left to Nealon. Nealon first down to the 25 and tiptoes out of bounds on the far side of the field. But it'll be another first down on the 5th play of the drive as Joshua Trout forced him out. But another first down. This drive started late in the quarter, under a minute in the third quarter at the Cambria Heights 23.
Make a little connection here with Stephen Nealon. I remember his brother Hunter last year and how he was able to run every time he had the football in his hands. I'm starting to see that from Stephen in terms of confidence and field vision.
They're just playing smash mouth power football right now, Cambria Heights. They're not putting it up in the air, and Marshall Eckenrode carried that time for 5 more. Homer Center used to have a coach by the name of Rick Faust, and it was 3 yards and a cloud of dust. That was his offense. Mason Plosnock with the tackle again, and Marion Center, they need to dig in their heels here if they want to stay in this football game. I don't think they want to fall behind by 2 scores. Twins, and this time, is that Mulraney? We'll have to see. Either way, it's going to be another first down inside the 10-yard line, and it's going to be first and goal on the stop, Troy Slavinsky.
Yeah, it looks like Mulraney again on that carry, and just doing his job, carrying it forward, getting the first down, sets up first and goal at the 8.
Nealon in the backfield. Running back to the right of Isaac Whalen. Now they shift. Same formation, the old T. And they give it up the middle. And a flag flies. And fighting for the goal line and the end zone. I think there is a flag down. It's going to be a touchdown, but I think it's going to come back. Eckenrode took it in from 9 yards out, and unless the penalty's on the Marion Center Stingers, and maybe it is.
That was thrown right at the line of scrimmage, so let the options flow. Could be holding, could be offside.
Here's the signal. It's
offside
on Cambria Heights.
Offside on the offense. I don't think I've ever really, that's a rare one that you see. And that wipes away a Marshall Eckenrode touchdown on the ground, which oddly enough would have been Cambria Heights' first rushing touchdown of the game.
Jared Lewis will not be happy with the lack of execution by the offense tonight. As Chuck Noll once said of the Pittsburgh Steelers, that he was asked, how do you feel about your team's offensive execution, or how do you feel about your offense's execution? And he said, I'm all for it.
Maybe I'll ask the same question to Coach Lewis after the game if Cambria Heights holds on and see if he gives the exact same response.
So the line of scrimmage, well, that was not offside. It was because they marked it off from the 9.
Down to 22, so maybe a chop block. Maybe
yeah,
that's what
I think that. So now it's a 1st and 10 situation, I guess. Or are they? I think that's what they're talking about. Is it 1st and 10 or is it 1st and goal? I would say it's still
1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 22. I don't see how it could be 1st and 10. And the chains, I guess, are not. Kind of look like they were reset, didn't it, across the way?
Yeah, it looks like it.
From the 22, toss right, down goes the ball carrier. I think that's Tribus that lost yardage. It was.
And Drew Runk, he had a clear-cut path to Tribus in the backfield, and he made him pay for it. It's almost like he knew what play was going to be called. That's going to be a loss of 5. I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with Drew Runk. He's been more an under-the-radar performer for Marion Center, as I kind of expected coming into this game.
9th play of the drive. It's 2nd and goal from the 26. And Weiland looking to set up a screen out in the left flat. He does complete it, but Marion Center stays home. This Marion Center team is legit on the defensive side.
And again, Drew Runk, he had that pressure on Weiland. It seemed like the snap was maybe a little bit off. That took about a millisecond off of Weiland's reaction time, and Runk was on his horse trying to pursue him. Weiland, thankfully, was able to get that off and just get a couple of yards.
Mulroney was tackled by Lakin Bailey. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the football game. 3rd and goal from the 24. And Weiland again looking to pass. He's going to throw for the corner of the end zone. It's a jump ball. It's out of bounds and incomplete. Might have been caught over there, but well out of bounds. I think it was caught. So now it'll be 4th and very long. Last night I saw one of the longer, and some think maybe the longest field goal in Indiana from an Indiana County kicker. Sophomore Brady Fraser of the Homer Center Wildcats booted a 46-yard field goal. Abrams is a good kicker, Cameron Abrams from the Cambria Heights Highlanders. And let's see, if they're not going to kick a field goal, it would be about a 41-yarder if they tried it.
Well, they need a first down. I would expect Weiland to go deep to the end zone here.
They might even be content with something underneath and pin them if they don't even score. Weiland to pass. Weiland steps up in the pocket, now rolls to his right, throws, has a receiver, and he sailed that well out of bounds. Intended for Trey Tribus, and Marion Center will take over on down. So Eckenrode's touchdown wiped off the board on a chop block, and they end up stalling.
Yeah, and if you're Marion Center, you're looking up to the sky and thinking whatever power that is for that holding call. And if you're Cambria Heights, you see right there just how crucial those late penalties can be, especially when you wipe away a fairly easy touchdown got by Marshall Eckenrode. Pins them back deep in their own zone, and credit Isaac Weiland for trying to go deep to the end zone, trying to just get something out of it, because there's no possibility for a first down. But again, good hold by Marion Center's defense to rebound with that penalty.
They hold at the 23-yard line, and Rising, he's going to have to ice his arm after this game. Throws downfield, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Stephen Nealon on the intended receiver, and their home run threat, Noah McCoy.
I've seen this a lot tonight from Cam Rising. Every time he tries a home run ball, it's much closer to a defender instead of his own receiver. He's got a good arm. He's just got to maybe locate or maybe let that play develop, see if McCoy can maybe cut to the middle of the field.
Yeah, that was just outstanding coverage there.
Yeah, and again, that wasn't meant to take anything away from Nealon. He just stuck with McCoy the entire time and almost came up with a big interception.
2nd down and 10. They have a wingman to the left, Twins at the bottom of your screen, and now a flag, and then we're going to have a procedure penalty on the Marion Center Stingers, I do believe. Here's the official.
Yeah, they still have time on the play clock, just a little flinch up front.
So 2nd down and 15 now. Next week, Marion Center will be right back here at Molino Stadium hosting Conemaugh Township. And for Cambria Heights, they will host the other Conemaugh winless Conemaugh Valley Blue Jays. 2nd and 15, Rising out in the flat and into traffic, incomplete, intended for McCoy. And that was well defended. Marshall Eckenrode had a beat on it. And if that pass is thrown a little bit lower, he might be heading for a pick six.
Yeah, that might have been an easy pick six for Marshall Eckenrode. He's got the hands to prove it. And again, they were just ready for that short yardage pass, little screen pass out to the left. And, we've seen them sort of adapt throughout the entire game to that, the short yardage passing scenarios. So I wonder, what does Marion Center need to do here? They've tried the long ball. They've tried the short ball.
They had success with that middle screen earlier. Let's see if maybe they go back to that. And Rising, back to pass, rolls to his right. He's going to tuck it and keep it. Has 5, has 6, has just about 10, and it will be 4th down and about 5 to go depending on the spot, although there is a flag on the play.
Regarding the run, that was a veteran idea there by Cam Rising, just to tuck and run. Had no available outlets. Just needed to get something, try to cut the distance closer. And
see what the official says about this penalty. He's going to walk over toward Jared Lewis and ask for, if he wants to accept it or not.
Wonder if it's going to be a block in the back. Because it wasn't very close to it was close to the line of scrimmage. That's a hold.
So they will accept the penalty. I think Coach Lewis thinking, hey, 4th down, there's 7:35 left. It's going to be 4th and about 4 versus 3rd down and really long, and thinking maybe Marion Center would go for it at this stage of the game.
Well, it's still 3rd down, 3rd and 20, so now Marion Center just needs to eat some yardage. Try to get back to that original line of scrimmage if they can't get something downfield.
Empty set, Plosnock in motion, and they give it to him on a jet, cuts it up, and he's dragged down as he gets from the 9 to the 10-yard line. Good Cambria Heights defense. These two teams are both very stout on the defensive side of the football. And Cambria Heights defense has been put to the test here tonight because of the 5 turnovers. Marshall Eckenrode, another tackle. He's had himself a big night.
Yes, he has. And now Marion Center, they have to punt this away. They have no other choice. They're down 4th and long in a 1-score game. You got to try to get Cambria Heights as far back as possible. Not sure if I agree with the move to go on the jet sweep on that, but that's why I'm not a coach.
Short punt. It's going to hit at the 43-yard line and roll laterally and roll dead. And we should have we're still 6:53, so no media timeout just yet. But Cambria Heights will start after a 33-yard punt in Marion Center territory.
Okay, so Marion Center this time around, they need to make a stop. Now, they got lucky last time around with that penalty, and then they were able to contain Isaac Weiland in the running attack for Cambria Heights. But this is the do-or-die test. 6:53 to go in the game. You're down by 1 score. You know Cambria Heights, with the good field position they have, they're going to be gunning for at least one more score. And they wanted that touchdown. They don't want 3 points. They want to get 7 on the board, make it a little bit better of a cushion. So if I'm Marion Center, do everything I can, force them to go 3 and out.
Nealon in motion. Speaking of Jets, there he goes, heading far sideline, dragged down for a 1-yard loss. Well done on the defensive side by Marion Center's Mason Plosnock.
We've seen Plosnock take it on the jet and maybe even the end around at times tonight, so he knows how to recognize it, and right there able to get to the backfield to Tribus and bring him down.
2nd down and 11 from the 44. Clock says 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in this football game. All of the scoring came in the 2nd quarter. Cambria Heights has committed 5 turnovers tonight. Power I formation this time. Weiland, toss right, and again, swarming Marion Center defense. Going to be another loss. From one side of the 45 to the other as Isaac Besa completely blew up that play.
Is that Klein on the carry? It looked like
Jasper, I think it was, Jake.
Yes, it was Garrett Jasper. My apologies. Okay, so 3rd and 12 coming up. Marion Center's got to lock in.
So do you put it up if you're Cambria Heights or run it, go conservative, and lay it on your defense to keep coming up big?
Well, either way works, I would say. But if I'm Cambria Heights, I try to keep it on the ground, maybe punt, try to get Marion Center pinned deep in their own territory.
3rd down, they're behind the chains. Just about 13 to go, and we're going to have a timeout called by Cambria Heights. We will take one with them with 5:22 remaining in the football game. We're heading down to the wire, presented by Griffith Auto Sales and SeaWorld Satellites and all of our sponsors. We say thank you from Renda Media and the many fans viewing tonight's sports special on Renda Digital TV.
I choose Lou-Hoo's Pizza and Pasta for your go-to game day meal. How about their fresh hand-tossed pizzas made every day? Not only that, but they offer delicious pasta, wings, and strombolis. They also support the local community, including the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Go Highlanders!
So don't be a game day Grinch. Call Lou-Hoo's Pizza and Pasta, 212 McGee Avenue in Patton. Open daily from 11 to 10, takeout and delivery only.
That looked really, really good, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Until I'll tell you what, it looked good whenever I filmed that. That was oh my goodness. I can't speak enough about how good Luhu's Pizza and Pasta is. As you saw, 212 McGee Avenue in Patton, and they actually expanded their delivery area. I'm not sure how far it reaches, but they did it a while ago.
I know it's not far from Cambria Heights High School in the stadium, so the perfect stop. Just call in that order right when the game ends and pick it up, and you're on your way. And Marion Center, they're going to go like a dime defense here, prevent look. On 3rd down and 13. They drop 4.
One final note with NFL starting tomorrow. Get your pizza then.
Little wraparound draw, and it works for the Highlanders.
Wow.
As carrying that football was that Mulroney. It was. And they're going to move the chains. Boy, that's hurting thing for Marion Center. Trent Slavinsky made the tackle. That's something they pulled out of the old deep into Jared Lewis's playbook, a wraparound draw.
Yeah, I know they brought the linebackers and secondary deep, thinking it was going to be a big pass play, but I'm surprised he didn't have a spy there trying to keep an eye on one of the backs because, again, that art of deception, you saw Mulroney take it. He had a wide-open gap right up the middle, and he was able to take it the necessary 12 yards.
Now the clock becomes Marion Center's enemy with 4:45 and ticking, trailing by 7. Timeout situation, Stingers have 2 left, Heights 1. It's a bigger problem for Marion Center. And the give to Marshall Eckenrode. He's going to plow for another first down. Look at the legs keep moving, and he will go for about 13 yards again. So back-to-back 13-yarders.
Well, we know these Highlanders, they have that natural strength, and Marshall Eckenrode's got it there. Normally in a situation like this, you see Coach Lewis result with either Garrett Jasper or Jackson Klein. But Marshall Eckenrode's been having himself quite the night, and we have an injured Marion Center Stinger on the field.
Noah McCoy shaken up and comes off under his own power, and
it looks like he just got his bell rung a little bit.
Back in the day, that was no big deal. You heard that phrase that you just uttered, got the bell rung, but now you take it very seriously. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders. Wildcats of Homer Center had a player out with a concussion last night, and you just hate to see that. Tight end right is Eckenrode. Power I formation, I'm sorry.
Jasper, the main back, coming up from the tight end spot.
Yeah, I think they're just going to play power football as we tick under the 4-minute mark, and they're using every second off that play clock that they can. Weiland turns, hands it to Jasper, lowers the shoulder, leans for the 14-yard line.
Nice 6-yard carry by Jasper, just keeps the clock rolling.
Ty Phillips on the tackle.
Well, geez, I'll tell you what, Mark. We have all these eyes on tonight's game because it's the only Heritage Conference game going on tonight, and it has been an instant classic in my opinion. All the scoring as of now coming back in the second, and it's been a defensive battle. They're forcing each other to make mistakes. They're playing good old school defensive football, and I think that's a lost art nowadays.
15 seconds on the play clock. They go back double tights T formation. And Weiland turns, hands it off, little jump cut by the ball carrier. Is that Jasper again as he gets to about the 12-yard line. Check it here is I'm not sure if that was Jasper or not. On the tackle, we can tell it was Colin Anderson.
I believe it was Jasper, and that was a very quick whistle, too. You saw that scrum getting a little bit bigger, and they wanted to get that play done and over with before any extracurriculars take over.
3rd down and short. Marion Center, 2 timeouts left. Adam Rising in his 7th season, 32-30. Overall 0-4 against these Highlanders all time. Spinning handoff and the give to Jackson Klein, and Klein inside the 5 down to about the 1 or 2 yard line. Ty Phillips again, I think that was on the tackle. Jake's going to head down to field level. And we'll get some reaction from at least one of the coaches. .150, that's all that remains, and the Highlanders have a 1st and goal at the 1. Weiland turns and up, toss left. into the end zone. Marshall Eckenrode for a touchdown. And that might be a nail in the coffin for the Highlanders, who appear to be on their way to a 3-0 start. It's 20-7 with 1:41 remaining. Abrams will attempt the extra point. Well, just power football. Tristan Weekland, the long snapper. Stephen Nealon, the holder. Cameron Abrams, the right-footed soccer-style kicker who's perfect this year. Looking to go 3 for 3 tonight, and total execution all the way around is good. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick. Teams come upfield. It's now Cambria Heights 21 and the Marion Center Stingers 7. That's all that remains. 1:41 in the football game. Being driven by Griffith Auto Sales, family owned and operated for 69 years, and SeaWorld Satellites of Indiana. Highlanders kickoff coming up in a minute on Renda Digital TV.
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So Good Patient Care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
Kickoff from Abrams. Marion Center has the football, and they return it up near the 35-yard line. Colton Strong on the tackle for the Marion Center Stingers. 1:37 remaining. Stingers have passed a ton here tonight. 1st and 10, and rising out in the flat to McCoy. Good to see him back in there and healthy, we hope. And it's going to be a completion of about 8 yards for McCoy, tackled by Stephen Nealon. Second down and 2. Shotgun snap, taken, thrown, short. Is it caught? It appears that, nope, it's going to be ruled a short hop or a trap. Mason Plosnock, the intended receiver, hauled it in, but on a short hop. Trey Tribus in the neighborhood for coverage, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Exactly 1 minute remaining in the football game. Stingers will return home next Friday night against Conemaugh Township. Highlanders hosting the other Conemaugh, the Valley Blue Jays, at Cambria Heights High School Stadium. 3rd down and 2, and Rising going to keep it. Comes near side, and he's upended short of that lead chain, and that means the clock will keep on moving. It was Marshall Eckenrode. What a game that he has had. Several tackles, and then a touchdown reception and a touchdown run. 4th down and short. Marion Center has to convert, and Adam Rising keeps it and does get over the 45-yard line for a 1st down. And a timeout going to be called by Marion Center with 41 seconds remaining. We'll take a brief timeout as well. 30-second break on Renda Digital TV. It's 21-7 Cambria Heights Tonight's action being brought to you, presented by Griffith Auto Sales and SeaWorld Satellites.
Miller, VFW Post 7783 in St. Benedict, a longtime backer of Cambria Heights Athletics, is pleased to be a sponsor of Highlander football. Everyone at the VFW wishes the best of luck to the team, cheerleaders, band, and all the coaches this coming season. The Reed Miller Post exists to provide a place for veterans and their families to fellowship and believes in giving back to the community with thousands in donations during each year. Have fun this season, CH, from your friends at the VFW Post 7783.
Back with you to close this one out. 41 seconds remaining. 1st and 10, Marion Center at their own 46-yard line. Jake Slobotnik down at field level. Get some reaction on our post-game show. Rising throws, and it's bobbled and dropped by McCoy. He had tried running before he had it, and I think he was also worried about trying to get out of bounds because the Stingers do have one timeout remaining. Second down and 10. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., Pittsburgh Steelers on WDAD, 100.3 FM and AM 1450 as we kick off another Steelers season. They're down in Atlanta. Rising, pressure. Reverses footing, comes near side, throws on the run. Great grab on the sideline. Outstanding catch by Noah McCoy with Stephen Nealon draped all over him. That's a tip of the football helmet to Noah McCoy for great eye-hand coordination because he was well covered. And a gain of about 8 yards to the Cambria Heights 46-yard line. Receivers, McCoy at the top of your screen. Slot receiver is Plosnock. They have a wingman to the right. Protector in there is Phillips. And Rising, boots to his right, looking, throwing underneath through the hands of Drew Runk, and an incomplete pass. And just 23 seconds remaining in this football game. Fourth down, so Marion Center will have to convert here, and they're going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Just the 5th all-time meeting between these two schools, and Cambria Heights has won them all. First meeting was back in the 2020 District 6 playoffs prior to Cambria Heights joining the Heritage Conference, 34-0. 2021, 36-18, their first year in the Heritage. 2022, it was 54-14, and last year, 39-7. Cambria Heights went on to win the District 6 championship Class A. Both of these teams double A now. Heights advanced all the way to the PIAA quarterfinals before losing to South Williamsport. This will be their 26th win in 31 tries in Heritage Conference play since they joined the conference officially in 2021. 23 seconds remaining. Fourth down, must convert Marion Center. They trail by 14. And Rising to pass. Fires over the middle, and it might have been deflected, intended for Runk, and it's incomplete. And that will put a lid on this football game. Jared Lewis will be happy with the win, but not real happy, I'm sure, with his team's overall execution with the 5 turnovers. They can go into victory formation, take a knee, and this game will be over. Jake Slobotnik already has made the long trip down over the hill. We are up a hillside, probably, 30 yards behind the bleachers, and there's an 8-lane track, so we're a considerable way away from the field as Isaac Weiland takes a knee and that will be the end of the football game. Cambria Heights Highlanders remain undefeated. There's only 3 teams left in the Heritage with unblemished records. They're one of them, joining Penns Manor in Northern Cambria, and that Coal Bowl is a couple of weeks away at Northern Cambria, and the Marion Center Stingers taste defeat for the first time this season. Stay with us for our post-game show. We hope to get reaction from the coaches when we return. 21-7, Cambria Heights wins it. They overcome 5 turnovers. They did enough. Good defense by both teams. The Highlanders are 3-0. Marion Center drops to 2-1. Our post-game show coming up in a minute on Renda Digital TV.
Hi to Endless Store Hops, innovations of home. Located on Route 119, Marion Center is your one-stop shop for everything.
Sporting goods to modern hardware, they've got it all. Even that elusive size window for your home energy project.
Mr. Do-It-Yourself? More like get it done with innovations of home.
Unleash your inner remodeler. Stop in or visit InHomePA.com. Your comfort, their commitment, your imagination, their inventory. Innovations of home in Marion Center. You know, the place that has everything.
Hey, sports fans in Elmora and beyond. This is a shout out from Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, your community hub for all things outdoors. Good luck to the Cambria Heights Highlanders football team this year. You've shown incredible dedication and skill on the field, and now it's time to take it to the next level. Highlanders, make Elmora proud. From your friends at Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, bring home that win. The Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, where community pride and sportsmanship come together. Go Highlanders!
Okay, who are you doing, one or both? Back with you at Molino Stadium, where tonight the Cambria Heights Highlanders defeat the Marion Center Stingers 21-7. Jake Slobotnik will talk to Cambria Heights coach Jared Lewis as soon as he gets done addressing his team. We can recap the football game and tell you we had a scoreless first quarter, although the Cambria Heights Highlanders kind of set up their first score in the waning seconds of the first quarter. A Ty Phillips fumble was recovered by Cambria Heights' Garrett Jasper, and that came on the heels of a 65-yard punt from Jasper that flipped the field because Cambria Heights had been pinned at their own 15-yard line. And so Cambria Heights had the football at the 29-yard line. On the final play of the quarter, Jasper ran it to the Marion Center 25. And then on the first play of the second quarter, quarterback Isaac Weiland found Marshall Eckenrode on a skinny post, covered 25 yards and a touchdown 6 seconds into the second quarter. And after Cameron Abrams' extra point, it was 7-0 for Weiland. It was his 4th touchdown pass of the season. But Marion Center came back and answered quickly, starting at their own 44-yard line, 4 plays, 56 yards. It was a deflected pass into the hands of Troy Slavinsky, almost intercepted, but Slavinsky caught the deflection and headed down the right sideline, and he streaked down to the 1. And then on second down and goal from the 1-yard line, Ty Phillips took it in from a yard out. Brady Haggerty's extra point tied the game up at 7 apiece at the 10:03 mark. 4-play, 56-yard drive that took a minute and 49. Second possession for Cambria Heights, interception by Troy Slavinsky at the Marion Center 3-yard line as Heights was driving. Marion Center went 3 and out. There was a return, but a block in the back on Heights. And so they started at the 42-yard line, but undeterred, just 3 plays, 58 yards covering that drive. And a 37-yard touchdown pass to Trey Tribus, and it was 14-7, and they tacked on a score in the final moments of the game on a Marshall Eckenrode 1-yard touchdown run. Jake Slobotnik standing by with Marion Center coach.
Midfield with head coach Jared Lewis of the Cambria Heights Highlanders. And coach, I mean, I put this in the instant classic category because, I mean, 21-7, this was a dogfight through and through, but overall your team prevailed against a very tough Marion Center team. You got to be proud of the effort they showed tonight.
Yeah, I'm proud of the effort. I credit Marion Center. They're a tough team, man. They played us hard. I think they had a good game plan. I think they were they were a tough team. They were making us earn every inch of it. And, offensively, obviously I'm disappointed in the amount of turnovers we had. We got some as well, but also left probably about 4 or 5 out there. So, we got to get back to the drawing board, get back to the basics, and get back to playing physical football. I thought today, like I said, too many turnovers for me to be happy with it, but happy with the win nonetheless. And credit Marion Center coach Rising, man. Those kids played hard. We saw it on film. We knew they had great speed, and they showed it today. And their toughness too. I was really impressed with them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys matched up later in the postseason because, you guys are 2 of the toughest in the Heritage Conference. When you look at today's game, and I know you said the turnovers were the biggest bugaboo for you guys, what do you guys need to do in order to fine-tune those in case you do meet up with Marion Center down the road? Yeah, we just got to take care of the football better, Our first drive, we fumble a ball on an exchange. Just sloppy. Too many penalties. It's just sloppy. Offensively. Defensively, like I said, too, gave up some uncharacteristic big plays. Balls going through our hands and stuff. So we just got to get back to the drawing board. I thought that Marion Center came out super intense today, super fired up, and they played a great game. I'll tell you what, the guys really helped pave the ways too, because I know a lot of people got to touch the ball and move the ball forward, help you guys win this game, but you got to credit those guys up front. Yeah, absolutely. They played pretty good today.
I think they would tell you they could play better. Like I said, just a big play. We had a touchdown down here that got called back with a penalty, but just got to clean some of those plays up. And if we're going to be the team we want to be, but hey, like I said, they came out, punched us in the mouth. We responded a little bit, and we'll see what happens from here.
3-0 to start off the year, and this is a really big in 2A this year, and you want to keep that momentum going on the road, cleaning up turnovers. What else needs to happen for you guys to continue this very prolific season? Yeah, we're just looking one game at a time, honestly. And next week I'm sure we'll have another tough battle. We're back at home. We'll be excited about that. So just control what we can control the little things. That's the biggest thing right now. And focus on us. We got to go back as a team, watch the film, and see what we did well, see what we didn't do too well, and go from there. One thing, you saw the stands were packed for you guys. The marching band made it, and I think you also brought the home atmosphere here to Marion Center tonight. Yeah. You just got to be really happy with that community support.
Well, they've been great. They've been great all year. I know a lot of the clubs they were watching the game, had the game on at 7 o'clock tonight. So, our community's been great all the time. And, like I said, we've had great community support, and, we're very happy about that. And you guys obviously help with that by having these games televised for the fans that weren't here. But, I credit the fans. They showed up. They were here before we got here. So, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, they weathered the cold, and so did we, and you guys came out with a win, so you made the trip worth it. Coach, congratulations on the win. Get back at the Iron next week.
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks for everything you guys do. Appreciate it.
No problem at all. That's Coach Jared Lewis after his 21-7 win over Marion Center tonight. Mark, send it back up to you.
All right, Jake, thank you very much. We thank you for the great work down on the field. 21-7, Cambria Heights win it. Coming back on our postgame show after this on Renda Digital TV.
Standing the test of time, Griffith Auto Sales. For nearly 70 years, Griffith Auto Sales, family owned and operated, where you, the customer, deal directly with the owners. Built on value, service, honesty, and fairness, Griffith Auto Sales continues to provide customers with quality vehicles at exceptional prices. Take a look online at griffithautosales.com. Griffith Auto Sales, the right place for your next vehicle.
R4H, this is Ben.
R4H is here when you need us. R4H provides transportation 7 days a week, including holidays. We offer local and long-distance transportation for ambulatory clients, as well as those who require a wheelchair, gurney chair, or stretcher van. We provide transportation to medical appointments, as well as social and holiday events. We take pride in providing quality care and professional services to all of our clients. Exciting news! R4H is now certified to provide CPR, first aid, and AED classes to our local community. Due to our rapid growth and increasing need for our services, R4H is looking to expand our team. If you are interested in joining our team as a driver, apply online at rider4h.com or scan the QR code located at the bottom of this ad. Full-time, part-time, and casual positions are available in many locations. R4H Medical Transportation is an equal opportunity employer.
As always, because of you, we are R4H.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Why choose Luhu's Pizza and Pasta for your go-to game day meal? How about their fresh hand-tossed pizzas made every day? Not only that, but they offer delicious pasta, wings, and stromboli. They also support the local community, including the Cambria Heights Highlanders.
Go Highlanders!
So don't be a game day Grinch. Call Luhu's Pizza and Pasta, 212 McGee Avenue in Patton. Open daily from 11 to 10, takeout and delivery only.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So, there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Hello, this is your State Representative Brian Smith. I serve the Greater Marion Center School District in the 66th Legislative District. I am also a big fan of our student athletes on and off the field. Football season's an exciting time, so I'm extending my personal and sincere best wishes to our Marion Center Stingers. Have fun out there on the gridiron. You've got this. You've got what it takes to win and make a run for that championship.
Back with you at Molino Stadium for a final time. The Cambria Heights Highlanders win it 21-7. 3 of the touchdowns in this football game in the second quarter, as Cambria Heights scored first on a Weiland to Marshall Eckenrode 25-yard touchdown pass, and then a 37-yarder to Trey Tribus, sandwiched in between Marion Center, a 1-yard run for Ty Phillips after a 55-yard deflected pass and catch and run to Troy Slavinsky, and it was 14-7 at the half, and Cambria Heights put the game away with 1:41 remaining on a Marshall Eckenrode 1-yard touchdown run. So Eckenrode 1 yard, 1 touchdown on the ground and 1 touchdown reception, and he also had a big 13-yard run to Marion Center's 20-yard line for a first down to set up that final score, and they overcame 5 turnovers. The Cambria Heights Highlanders did. Jake, quick look at the stats.
Yeah, I don't have total yardage, but we'll go with let's go Marion Center for now. 22 of 37 passing, 240 yards for Cam Rising. Overall, nice night for him under center. Isaac Weiland was 7 of 12 with 7 of 14. That's incorrect. With 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a couple interceptions. I don't know why I only have 2. It should be 4. The 4 interceptions by Marion Center gathered by Trent Slavinsky, Noah McCoy, who had 2, and then Ty Phillips. Marshall Eckenrode rushed the ball 7 times for 44 yards and a touchdown. Marshall Eckenrode also with 4 receptions for 57 yards and a touchdown. So he really helped. I would say he's the player of the game one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
And then Trey Tribus hauled in 2 passes for 42 yards and a touchdown. So that's a brief look at stats on tonight's game.
We want to thank our presenting sponsors, Griffith Auto Sales, family owned for 69 years, and SeaWorld Satellites of Indiana. We want to thank our camera guys providing the pictures tonight. Chris Yonner down on the field, Colton Shields up top just outside of the press box here high atop Molino Stadium. Our digital producer tonight making it all happen behind the scenes, Samantha Snedden. Speaking for Jake Slobotnik, Mark Burdig reminding you that the final score here tonight from Molino Stadium, 21-7. Cambria Heights remains undefeated, one of 3 teams joining Penns Manor and Northern Cambria. Marion Center falls to 2-1. Until we talk to you from across the Renda Media Radio Network next weekend, and we'll have a couple of digital streams, of course, too, with Homer Center and Indiana. We hope you have a good rest of your weekend from Marion Center. Good night, everybody.